What's up,
Recording
my
in progress.
thank you, customer happiness. What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I'm doing a little sound check right now, making sure everyone can hear me inside the Zoom room and then also on YouTube. Okay, Tamika, you can hear me now. Awesome, awesome. All right, I wanted to go ahead and get that handled before we got going on for the day. And right now at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 8, I'm going to be doing some more in-depth bonus content. I'll be demonstrating what we're going to do in class today. For those of you all who are on the YouTube side, you're not officially in the challenge, but I am allowing you all to see what's going on inside of the paid challenge, inside of the top tier Platinum Craft to Quit program. And I want you all to know you won't have the downloads per se that we're working on this template file, but I promise you, if you stick around, you'll be able to see a lot of value in what I'm teaching. And you'll be even able to do some of this with some of the free files that I give you on the Freebie Friday content. So like I said, if you want access to the editable templates, then I want you to come on over to at least the gold membership. The gold membership, we do live classes on Tuesday for AI and on Wednesdays for our Photoshop class. But if you join Craft to Quit, which is our platinum membership, not only do you get the Tuesday and Wednesday live classes, you get a Friday business live class with us, and you also get the challenge, which is a 5-day challenge, hands on. Every single month, we're doing something to move the needle and push you in the right direction for your creative business. All right. Okay, cool. I'm glad you all can hear me now. I'm going to go ahead and talk through what we're going to do today. Now, we've already done 304, which template number 304 was the full design flip that we have been using that same design file for the past 3 classes. Okay, so for 305, 306, and now 307, we're going to use the contents from that quote unquote t-shirt design, and we were able to use that to create. And let me just give you an example of what you all have been creating with it so far. You have used the elements from the 304 design to create a custom scoreboard. You've used it to create a 3-piece focal point, and you've also used it to create this, and I'll call it a t-shirt design, but it's really just a collection of elements that you can use for anything. Okay, now I've shown you how I've used it to create the archways. I've created an entire, let's see, I think there's a version up here. I created an entire setup pretty much using the elements from that 304 template set. Okay. Now, this week, what we're going to learn how to do is we are not only going to create the large format graphics with that template set, we did that last week. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get into doing the small format products like the fan, the pillows, the graduation stole, things that we can usually do with a small format printer at home or a medium format printer, which is a 13 by 19 printer. Okay, so I especially wanted to show you all how to design your mockups. So tonight we're going to do that from scratch. And for those of you who were using the happy birthday code yesterday, or shopping till you dropped, or to the website dropped, you all shut Shopify down last night, just to let you know. So I decided to leave it on for today. So anybody wanting to do the $10 AI classes, $10 Photoshop templates, feel free to text the HBD, or not text. You're going to comment HBD for happy birthday, comment under the latest Facebook post or the latest Instagram post, and it'll send you the link where you can shop for these classes. I believe they're still showing $10, y'all. I did not change it. I felt so bad that y'all were rushing on that website late at night, and Shopify did not like that apparently. So I'm offering that opportunity again today. Look, I wanted you all to have this opportunity to get ready for graduation season. This is just the last 10 weeks. So if you want to see the full AI art, just click on where it says AI art, please, or templates, please, and then you will see the full set there. Let me just pull that down for a moment. These are all of the AI in action classes. There are over almost 70 of them now, dealing with different aspects of not just graduation, but also family reunions. You have Mother's Days coming up, all of the things you can think of. We've done it. We've done over a whole year of AI artwork. And then for the Photoshop classes, usually they are going to coincide with the AI classes. And then we go back more than 3 years worth of unlocking Photoshop templates. And you could definitely get busy with any of these for graduation season, Mother's Day, and beyond. So I just want to let you know that you do have access to those. And like I said, the Photoshop classes is over 200 class Photoshop templates and classes. And there are over there are almost 70 AI classes right now. So for those of you all who want to unlock all of them, then don't buy the $10 templates, because I have an opportunity for you all to get them for less than $4 a piece and unlock all of them at once and pay for a year of the Craft Quit membership and unlock the Atomizer, which is a $400 file all by itself. So if you're interested in that, stick around while we design today, and I tell you what, I'll give you the cheat code. If you message the word platinum while we're working, I'll let y'all know. If you message the word platinum to, not message, why do I keep saying message? Comment the word platinum on the latest Facebook or Instagram post, and it'll take you to where you can join the membership. And instead of paying $197 a month, you can join for $797 a year, and it'll unlock all your classes. That's over $10,000 worth of classes. It unlocks 3 years worth of classes all in one day. And then it also gives you access to the $400 Atomizer. So, which normally is $800. I have it at $400 right now because it's grad season, and I want you all to really utilize it for your grad season. And if you don't know what the Atomizer is, stick around because I will be showing you all that. So the Atomizer automatically creates all of these product mockups and printable files, so you don't have to manually do it. As long as you design one t-shirt or one chip bag or one pillow, it's going to pretty much propagate those changes to all of those products, and you're going to save you a lot of time and hopefully make you a lot of money, because now you're showing people upsells for maybe just one product that they wanted. So they just wanted one t-shirt and you showed them a whole party. You're most likely going to make more money on that. All right, so these are some examples of some of the products that you can do with the Atomizer and ways that you can use. All of this is our AI classes, plus our arch template, plus our, this has an accordion wall, floor wrap, backdrop, arches, etc. Even this little letter right here is AI. So all of this you learn inside of the Academy. And if you can't wait to unlock the classes, then just make sure that you comment the word platinum to the latest Facebook post or the latest Instagram post. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get on with my demo now. Now, we got y'all a little bit excited yesterday. All right, I'm just going over briefly. I did include these in your class files for tonight. So we did a gift box demonstration yesterday, the stole, the shirt, a tumbler, and a fan. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just group these, and I'm going to call those done. I'm going to do one from scratch tonight, and then you all are going to work with me as well on making yours from scratch. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is come over to our AI image that we created, and you all see exactly what we prompted here. And I'm going to go ahead and go with this graduation cap here. Even though I notice it has a little bit of an error right here, I'm going to see if I can fix that inside of Photoshop. So I'm going to save the image. And this would be my cap. I think this is cap number 2. Looks like it. Yep. So I upscaled it and I'm replacing it. If you don't upscale it, then it won't have the higher resolution details and you'll be able to see it based on where you're printing it or using it. This one won't be so bad because we're probably going to use this more for web graphics, our Instagram, of course, Facebook. But essentially, I want to use these images for my website because I want my website to look cohesive. All right. So now that I have that image downloaded, I'm coming over here to my AI69 files here. And there's my cap. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fix the cap for you all because I want us to spend more time doing the mock-up than doing a lot of the fixing features because you will end up doing some of that. But what I'm checking for here is I want to kind of select this area and see if Photoshop can clean up. So I hit generate to use AI. I want to generate AI right here. And I want to see if it cleans up that tassel a little bit. See what suggestions it gives me for that. No, Nikki, unfortunately, I don't think you can. You know what? I'll check. I know you can't unless I put it on the Shopify site. So let me do this, Nikki. If y'all anybody interested in sizzling the 797, if y'all need to be able to break it up into payments, let me put that. Let me make me some notes here, y'all. Not too many things open at one time. All right, I'll make a note here. If I can get that sizzle option by tomorrow, Nikki, I will let you know. But just remind me tomorrow because you know I'll forget. I'll be over here having fun designing and stuff, and I'll totally forget. All right, so the sizzle option. I think it also has Afterpay and Klarna. But I'll check and see. All right, so it did not do what I wanted it to. I don't like that. I don't like any of those. So that was a little disappointing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually fix this myself. Oh, I know what I can do. Just Control D to deselect. I'm just going to fill in this little part right here. Because I don't want to have to put any image in there. I don't want to have to drop the image inside of that area. So I'm wanting to make it easier on myself. All right, that's much better. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to rock with this one right here and go ahead and merge it down. All right, now what we're doing in class today is we're mocking up the image as if we were mocking up what AI already gave us. Or sometimes it's not AI, maybe you are downloading a stock photo, but you want to turn it into a mock-up. This is not a mock-up. This is just a stock image. So what I'm going to do is turn it into a mock-up. So first, I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. Here we are. And then I'm going to drag and drop it right onto our artboard here. So you all will have these. I promised I would give y'all these as bonuses. So they're in there. Now what we're going to do for this cap, the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and select the object itself. So I'm going to go to the object selection tool and I'll hover over it just to see if it grabs the whole object. Let's do this. Let's grab just the tassel first. So I'm going to grab this area and it did a great job of just selecting the tassel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control J to copy just that tassel. Do y'all see that? All right, so cool. I did Control J. Control J is how you make a copy of just the active selection that you have, and it places it right on top of place. So you don't have to move it around and make sure it lines up. It's in place. Okay. So now I'm going to turn it off just so while we're working on the next part. Next part is I want to grab the entire white graduation cap. So right now I'm on my object selection tool, and it looks like it's going to select the entire white cap. That selection looks pretty good. So again, I'm going to do Control J. Now I have to have the bottom layer selected in order to copy the image from there. So when I do Control J, now I'll turn that off. You'll see that I have the tassel, and then I have my actual hat here. Now check this out. We are going to create a solid color here. And then for right now, I'm just going to make it red. Then I'm going to create a clipping mask. You all might be asking, well, Shannon, that doesn't look quite right. I'm going to Alt click and drag a copy on top and turn this blend mode into multiply so that I get my shadows. I'm going to take this color fill here, bring it to the top, create a clipping mask. Again, grab that, pull it to the top. Now this one, I need to turn it black and white. So I'm going to put a black and white layer here. And then I'm also going to add a levels layer here. And then what I'm doing is I'm clipping it down, creating a clipping mask. Don't worry if I'm going really fast. This is just me demonstrating. I'm going to walk you all through this, and you all are going to be like, how the heck did I design a whole mock-up from scratch? Y'all been asking me how to do this so that you don't have to just keep buying mock-ups and you can make your own original mock-ups. So this is a part of that process. Now, when I'm doing this tassel here, I still want to put this blend mode on multiply. But I'm seeing here that it's a little dark, so I can go to my levels here. Let me do a little adjusting if I want it to be that brighter red there. All right, and essentially we have that recoloring done. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to take this whole grad cap topper file. Now, I already made this for you all, so all you have to do is drag and drop it from your class file. Let me go to our 307 class file. So you have this grad cap topper file. I'm going to drag and drop it in here. Now, this is an editable file, just so y'all know. I just decided to keep it a little simple with just foreground and background. You'll see how we're going to edit that later on. Now, when I make a mock-up, I take and I drag one all the way to the top, and then I immediately duplicate that. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put grad cap topper change here. Okay, so that's the one that I'm going to change. I'm going to turn the eyeball off of it. So the one that I'm going to use for my mock-up, I'm going to drag right underneath the tassel. And I'm going to rotate it. So I'm going to click on my move tool. I will rotate it. And then that doesn't quite work. It seems like I need to do a little something else. But what I'm going to make sure of is that I at least cover these corners here with a little bit of overlap, because you see all that red, that's my overlap area. That's what we call our bleed area. All right. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn down the opacity of this so I can see where I'm putting it. Literally, you all are going to do this by hand from scratch inside of the hands-on class night. Now, of course, on the YouTube side, y'all are getting to view all of this for the free 99. So please make sure that you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure that you share this with your fellow creatives because they want to learn this stuff too. All right. And if y'all want me to keep putting this on YouTube free, even though this is my paid class, then please make sure that you all are sharing so that we keep this information flowing. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to edit, and I want to transform this by distorting it. And I'm going to take this top angle here and make sure that my overlap, I want to see that overlap going on the outside. I'll take this one, make sure my overlap, that little extra red is going on the outside. Same thing here, overlap on the outside. And then I'm going to take the bottom node here, pull it in until my excess is coming off the edge there. Now, if I think I got this right, I can press enter on my keyboard, lock it in. And now I'm going to change my opacity to 100%. And I'm going to create a separate little clipping area for this because I don't want it to get on side of the hat. I just want it to be a part of the topper and underneath the tassel. All right, so with that, I'll bring my opacity down just a little bit more. And for this, I'm going to turn it off for just a second. I'm going to turn off my tassel for just a moment too. And let me just go ahead and group that, call it a tassel. And then we will group this part and call it the cap. And then essentially what we want to do is we want to clean up where this stops. So what I want to do here is, let's see if it's possible to use my object selection tool with the lasso enabled, but I'm just going to circle around this top part and see if it understands the difference between the top and the bottom. And I should be on this layer here. And because it doesn't understand the difference, I'm going to turn off the tassel. And I am going to use the pen tool. Yes, the dreaded pen tool. The beautiful thing is I can use the pen tool willy-nilly outside of here, right? Only time I need to get truly clean is when I am on this edge here. So I'm going to click and drag so I can create this continuous line here. And y'all, the topper doesn't wrap around these edges here. The topper stays right on top of the graduation cap. So really what I'm doing is I'm creating this flat surface here. And then I don't see the rollover on this because of the perspective. So I'm selecting that, and I can choose to make this a mask. But what am I masking? I want to mask off this graduation topper here. So I'm going to make sure that I should have had combined shapes on. It doesn't matter because we just made one shape. I'm going to hit the word mask. And now I have a nice, clean vector mask. And now I can right click, create a clipping mask. And bring my tassel back. Now I can turn my opacity all the way up. All right. And for this one, what I'm going to do is add a little bit of maybe a little bit of drop shadow around this tassel here. And I think my shadow was on the right side before. That's where it was. I'm going to bring the opacity down a little bit here. Bring it in a little bit. And y'all see the size here is making it a little fuzzier. the spread. It makes it go out further or closer. So I'm going to take my spread to about 20 and my size to about, I think 7 looks good there. May take it down just a little bit. And just like that, we have created our own mock-up. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is we're not going to do this part in class, but I'm going to show you what we won't be able to do this part in class because this is already, I did this very quickly, but I guarantee you it's going to take us some time to do this as a unit because we're just fresh to designing our mock-ups, right? So I want to make sure I'm here for you on that. Now, what you can do is you can change the color of the tassel. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and flip this design out. Let's go ahead and get it saved first, and then you all will flip it. It is only flipping the foreground, background. And let me make sure that I'm cutting off the appropriate amount here. I'm a little too far. I'm going to edit, transform, distort this just a little bit more because I was a little too far where I was cutting off that G right there, and I didn't want to do that. All right, everything else looks good. Let's re-enable my clipping mask. Oh, shoot. I forgot to tell you all, this is linked, so I needed to unlink it. If I was going to squish this back down, I need to unlink my layer mask from it. So I just unlinked it. Then that way I can distort this without messing with my layer mask. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to enable my layer mask. Then I will relink it. Now, if I double click on this, this is my editable grad cap design. And I'm giving you all this, and it has all of these elements in it. We're not going to use any of these elements, but later on, if you decide like, hey, I actually want to throw some different, parts of this design around, you can absolutely do that. But all we're focusing on tonight is the foreground background, because that's going to be the easiest thing for you to change out on most of your products. And then we'll turn off this part where it says turn off for printing. And I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting this background right now because it's kind of hanging off the top. I can see there. There we go. And then what happens is once I save it, I can take a little sneak peek over here, make sure everything is good. All right. And then what you all are going to be doing in class is simply just taking this design. So I'm going to give it to you just with the base layer. You all are going to build this part. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you where everything is done, just in case if you get like hung up and you're like, oh my gosh, I just didn't get it. I don't want y'all discouraged. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make this how I would make it with the smart colors and all, because I'm going to give you the green assets folder. And let's find color 1, color 2. Drag them on over here. I'll turn off the red. And then I'm going to alt click and drag it under here, under the other red. Turn that off. So now, doesn't that look a little more familiar? This is how we do our smart templates with the smart colors. So I'm going to make this color a little bit bigger so it covers the whole cap and tassel. Same thing here. And then that way, if I want my tassel to be orange, it can be. And if I want my cap to be black or green, let's say I want it black, I want to tell y'all a tip. If you want it to be black, don't choose black, black. Make sure you choose like a grayish color so that you see some of the shadows and it makes it feel like this is truly black. Now, looks like I need to do a little cleaning up on my layer mask here. Oh, I know what happened. It did not, I interrupted my clipping mask. So I'm going to right click and create that clipping mask. So now it's clipped back down to the edges of that. All right. So now we have a black cap, green cap, orange cap, and then let me do this for y'all too. This is adding a little bit of the shadows on top of here, but I'm going to go ahead and change this one also to black and white and do a little bit of levels on this too, because just depending on if you have a bright color like orange or a deep color like a hunter green, you may need to change your levels here to achieve that kind of color. All right, and then the other thing is if you want things to stay together, which you do, like I want this cap and this cap always to be in the same place. Same thing with this tassel and this tassel. Same thing with the background. So we're going to do this together in class. Don't worry about it. We're going to link those layers so that if I move one thing, they all move. Okay. And of course, let me go ahead and also link this beautiful creation that we just made here. So it all moves at once. I just tested it there. And like I said, you all are going to build this from scratch, and I'm going to tell you these things, and you are going to create your very first, for most of you, your first mock-up. Even if it's not a t-shirt, the t-shirts are kind of easy to mock up for the most part. This is going to be a little bit more complicated than a t-shirt. All right, and I think I'm going to do a black cap with the topper there, and I'm going to do a green tassel. And like I said, if you need to adjust the levels, you'll have the opportunity to do that. And I'm going to put a slight outer glow on this one, just to make that tassel kind of pop a little bit. And also to kind of take away a little bit of that white cast that's there. Let's see how it looks with the orange. And if I'm doing orange, I may need to brighten it up a little bit. Perfect. All right, everything's good to go. And then what you all will be doing, I'm going to save this right now and get this ready for you to start working in. So you all will be turning this part off and we will be designing it together. But just in case, I'll take all of this. I'm going to group it. And I'm going to call this our cap. And this is just for the mock-up and the design. So what you all will be doing, you'll turn this one off and we're going to make our own. But just in case you get stuck tonight, you'll have this one as a backup. You said you can't see what I'm clicking on top of Photoshop? Let's see. Oh, I see why. There's a message up top there. Is that better? And just let me know on the YouTube side if you all are seeing that a little bit better. All right, cool, cool. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to save this one for class. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like once you flip it. So we'll go File, Save As. And then instead of class, I'm going to do this one as my green cap. Just because once I flip this design, it's going to be the green cap design. And like I said, it's going to be really simple. So up at the top is where I have my editable design. It will also change that one that's all skewed. You're going to double click, change out your foreground here. And this is to get y'all ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to do a mini atomizer. And with the mini atomizer, what you're looking for are your elements to design, and all we're changing is foreground, background. That's it. In all of the products for the atomizer, we're doing foreground, background. Sometimes I give y'all some extra little complicated pieces, but that's my foreground there. I'm gonna drag and drop it. Delete the layer underneath because this is a PNG. It can only have one layer, and the layer is usually transparent. I'll close it out. And then I'll also update the background. So if you keep your design simple to just foreground and background, you will be able to very easily move through your projects. All right, and my topper design should update once I change out that background there. And the background does take a little time to update because it is a larger file. It is a 44-inch wide by 36-inch tall graphic. And I made it that large so that you can still use it for your all over shirts and your banners and backdrops. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and save this. And now I have a mock-up that I created here, but this could be a little bit, just a little bit better here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cap here, change my opacity to about 98%. It's not a lot, but usually when you're sublimating or printing, it might not be as vibrant. So I'll take that down just a little bit. And then I want to clip this down. So I'm going to create a clipping mask so that it clips down to the bottom solid design. And if there's any type of shadows or texture, it usually will show up here. And you can even intensify that texture and shadow a little bit. And it looks more like a mock-up than when you just set a flat design on top of something. And with that, we just set up a basic design style for making mock-ups out of images that come straight from either stock photography or your Midjourney mock-ups like we made. But I'm going to give you a reminder of how we did the other ones. What we did is we used AI, and I'll go ahead and grab all of that, turn everything off for a moment. And this was our original image. We use AI to remove the original object. And then we placed our mock-up graphic, those PNGs I've been giving y'all for free and been mocking up some images for you all. You can drop your mock-up there. But then what we decided, well, let's add a little shadow here. Let's add a little flower to the foreground so it covers that up. And then, of course, yesterday, you can go back and watch the replay. If you're in the challenge, the replay should already be there for you. If you're not in the challenge, the replay is probably gone because we just keep it up for the live session, for the free session. But don't worry, once you join Craft to Quit, you'll have access to all of this. And then just putting this fabric back over the top of the box kind of makes it look a little more embedded into the scene. The stole, I took a little bit of time to work on the stole yesterday to make it kind of lay down and look like it was laying on top of this fabric product setup here. And if you recall, that's what the stole looks like from the atomizer mock-up. And then we manipulated it to look like it was laying in this space. For the shirt, all we had to do for the shirt is literally just drop it in and make it the appropriate size. So that was perfect. The tumbler, we had to do a little bit of magic. If you rewatch the video from the tumbler, yes, I brought the tumbler in, covered up the space, removed the existing tumbler that was there from the mock-up, from the AI image. And then I created a little shadow here, or it's not really a shadow, it's a reflection. The shadow is here. I left the shadow from the original image because it just works. And then for the fan here, just bringing in the fan from the atomizer and then using this image that had a fan here. We removed the fan, kept the shadow of the fan, so that way when we put our fan in there, it looks like that shadow goes with our fan. Okay, that's just a little recap. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and make the file available on the back end of our 307 class, as well as for class tonight. I want everyone, especially if you're new to Craft to Quit, I want you to access the 307 class. You should see it in your back end. And I'm going to let anyone that's brand new, if you're brand new to the Academy, this is your first Photoshop class with me, can you give me a 1 in the chat, in the Zoom room? I want to use this opportunity to help you all know how to go to your back end, get your files, and download them and be ready for class. There are no fonts for this one. So I'm going to just go ahead and save that green one. And then I'll open up what yours should look like. 1, 2, 3. These are the files you're going to have. I'm going to go ahead and zip those up. And put them on the back end of course number 307. All right, Christy, you getting the VIP treatment again tonight. How you feel? Are you up for the VIP treatment? Awesome, awesome. Now here's the other thing. Let me see if I'm gonna give y'all a little bonus. If you want to continue some of these mock-ups, since I already have all of these upscaled and downloaded, what I will do, I will take all of these and I will zip them up. Now this is for after class now. And then that way you have some variations of the images that you may need for some of the products. So my OG triple OGs, I definitely expect you to be able to at least flip one more product design template. So not just like flipping the actual grad cap topper. I know y'all can do that all day. I know y'all can do that in less than 5 minutes. What I want to see you do is create a new mock-up with a new product other than the ones that I already have in this file. And just do it one. Just take your time and do one. So, and it doesn't even have to be off of the images that I'm giving you. I'm just giving you these so that you have some ideas here. And these are your product photos. All right, so right now on the back end, and Christy, I'll be having you share your screen in just a moment. At 8 o'clock, we'll get started with the live class. That's when we typically, every single Wednesday, we have live Photoshop class at 8 o'clock. All right, so let's see here. I am just doing downloads 307 promo. There you go. And then I'm dropping this file in the back end. So what's going to happen is we're all going to get the file at the same time. Normally what you're going to do is you'll come to class by 7:30. If you need help, usually we'll know that people may need help because we have newcomers. And if you're a newcomer, you've never done a Photoshop class before, you can come at 7:30, and then we'll make sure that your workspace is set up, and we'll also check to make sure that your Zoom is functioning. Now I'm going to drop a file, but I need to hide it because I don't want y'all to get that product photos one until we're absolutely done. So this is going to be our 307 class. This is the zip file that you're going to be looking for on the back end. And then we'll all download it together. And what I need you all to tell me in the chat is, do you see the 307 zip file on the back end of your 307 class? And Christy, I'm going to stop my screen share, and I want you to go ahead and share your screen with me. Let me stop mine. Where is it? Okay. You go ahead and share your screen with me, and we can check and make sure everything is good.
Can you see it?
I can. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger so we can have some fun tonight, and I can draw on your screen. All right. So what you're going to do typically when we have a class, you're going to come into the class. Now, Wednesday class is how you're going to find them every single Wednesday, because now you're craft to quit. You're too legit to quit. But when we call craft to quit, we call it craft to quit because most of us want to quit our 9 to 5s, or we want to quit just calling it crafting, and we want to get professional with it, right? So I want to make sure that you know how to utilize your resources every week when you come in. And I want you to come up here to your products, just right up top where it says products. And this is everybody. If y'all shy, you're not telling me you knew right now. If you know that we're on 307, usually it's going to be at the top because it has a date in front of it. So for instance, today is 4/2 and we're on PSD 307. I want you to go ahead and click on that. And usually you'll see the Zoom link there. Of course, when we're doing our challenge week, you just use the challenge week Zoom link, and it changes every single day. So those who are in gold, if you all want to continue the rest of the challenge, if y'all want to do some automizer work with me tomorrow, and you want to do have access to all the files that we are going to have for this challenge, you have a chance to upgrade tonight, but just don't let me forget, okay? Let's see here. You got your Zoom link, and then this is your class file. So go ahead and click on your class file. All right, and then you will click here to download it. Usually it's going to end up in your downloads, and it's fine. If it goes to your downloads, it's fine for our live class. And then after we're done with live class, if you want to go save it, if you organize your files and like to have them saved in a certain place, then you can do that after class. So there we go. Go to that folder. Oh, you know what to do. Perfect. All right. And then most of us have to extract it if you're on a PC. So you can hit extract all, or you can right click and extract it. Now, typically, the first thing you're going to do is install fonts. For this one, we don't have any fonts to install. So, yep, go ahead and hit extract. And it's going to create an extracted folder for the 307 class. D says, I finally updated my internet speed, and guess what? I got my file in 2 minutes and not 2 days. All right, congratulations. Woo, woo, woo. Internet is life. I promise you. When it's slow, your whole world can seem like it's just dragging. All right, so beautiful. We have your assets folder. We're going to end up using that tonight. And then for right now, I just want you to go ahead and open up your 307 mockups class. Anybody still downloading? If you're still downloading, give me a 2 in the chat. This is not a big file at all. This is just a mockup file that happens to have a design file in it. It's not as large as usually when we do our all over designs or our large format designs. Okay. All right. And then we're not going to move on without you. Just go ahead and continue downloading. Just give me a 100 in the chat when your file is completely downloaded. It's not even quite 8 o'clock yet, y'all. I must have been excited. I got in here a little bit earlier today.
I like me. I've been sitting here waiting.
Yeah, I'm not the one to be early to stuff now. I love y'all, but I still be right on time. All right, so let's see here. I think I was a little nervous about teaching y'all mockups. I think that's what it was. It's like, oh, I want to teach them, but it is not hard, y'all. I went through it a couple of times. It's like, we don't have to make this hard. We can make this fun. All right, so see a couple people still downloading here. Just want to make sure that everyone coming into the room right now has the file for tonight. Now, while we're waiting, I'm going to give people, a few minutes to come on into the room. And then what I want you to do for me is I want y'all to tell me in the chat, what products do you want to mock up that you don't have mock-ups of yet? Or maybe that you want to do in this style so that you have a cohesive collection for your graduation page.
So Shannon,
Yes.
just to let you know, if I drop off, it's probably the internet or the electricity. Right now, I have tornadoes literally all around the city I stay in, and it's raining.
Well, thank you for showing up and letting this be a large priority in your life at the moment. But I guarantee you, if the electricity or the internet is going to be a trouble for you, that's the least of your worries. I just want you to be safe. Okay. Just be safe, love, and we'll be here with the replay and all if you need us. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, my love. All right. So, okay, Ronetta says t-shirt, all over shirt, stole, and a clack fin. Okay, so I have those already in the atomizer. And so here's the other thing that I will do. Let's see. And I believe I've already given this to you all. I'll give it to you again as a bonus. I'll give you all of, and I'm going to stop screen. I'm going to share my screen just for a moment here till we get everybody in the room. So y'all can tell me what you need. All right, so let's see here. This atomizer output. So really what I want you all to do is just take these mock-ups that we already have made and not have to make mock-ups from scratch. Y'all hear me? So what I'm going to do is give you all, I think I have a folder with just the product mock-ups in it. Product images right here. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to go ahead and zip it. So you all can play with that tonight too. If you wanted everything to go with the green theme. Now, if y'all want to get fancy and y'all designed your products, so some of my triple OGs, y'all already done designed your whole 304 grad suite, and you maybe did it with your purple and teal theme or your pink theme or your red theme, whatever your theme is, and you want to go into AI, use those background assets and create your own setup. And if so, I say more power to you. But some of you don't have all that yet. And I don't want you thinking you need it to get started. So this is 304 green. And these are the products only. So it doesn't have all the extra stuff, just the products. And I'm going to drop this into the back end for the class as a bonus. I'm going to hide it until we're done for tonight. Because what happens is when I give y'all bonuses early before we get the work done, that sometimes, we get y'all playing in it because you're excited about it. And I really need your attention to build the mock-ups from scratch tonight. Every little step matters. All right. And like, our motto is no creative left behind, but also no creative move ahead till I'm ready. All right. So it looks like we're right at 8 o'clock. Give folks time to download the file as they're coming into the room. And just so you all see, you got a little bonus there. There'll be the green products. And then you'll also have the AI 69, those collection of product photos. Okay. Y'all remind me to unlock it when we're done with class, because I'll go to bed and y'all will be messaging me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Doc, you said. All right. Uh, yes, there is a mock-up for the plaque fan right here. And it's inside of the new atomizer. But what I'm going to do, these are just basically placing the products in here. So I will have, and you all will see tomorrow when we do the atomizer, the small version of it, it's only going to have about 4 products. I will have the fan in there. And then I think you all wanted fan, t-shirt, stole, and tumbler as your 4 products. And then, of course, if you have the atomizer, you have like 120 products. Okay. So I just want to get everybody started tomorrow with how you multi-mock-up, and then I'll show you the power of the atomizer. We have a class on the 13th to help you all install it on your computers. But if you don't want to wait till then, the 304 atomizer is ready to purchase, and you all can do that after we have class on Thursday. All right, all right. Let me check in, make sure everybody's good to go. It's 8:02. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my screen share. And Christy, if you would like to share your screen, you're first up. Now, here are the rules. When someone is sharing the screen, they have the floor. You are welcome to unmute your mic as long as you have been given permission to share your screen. If you need help along the way, all you have to do is put a 2 in the chat. So usually I'm going to say, hey, give me a 1 if you got this step. Give me a 2 if you need some help. What that allows me to do, allows me to understand who needs help. And in this situation, create some order, because really and truly, you all aren't looking at my screen at all tonight. We're looking at each other's screens, and I'm helping you design on your screen. So I have never seen a class where people do that. Obviously, it is a little more difficult than you just watching my screen and acting like you're following along with me. So in order for us to make this a beautiful class that we are able to keep doing and keep being productive, we have to have order. So make sure you don't unmute just abruptly. Make sure that you have the floor. You've been given permission to share your screen, and then you can unmute your mic. Now, if you cannot share your screen because you don't have dual screens, then what I'm going to ask you to do is just watch for tonight, because it's going to be almost impossible to watch what we're doing, close down your screen, and try to do the steps on the same screen. If you have a super wide monitor, I have a super wide monitor. I can split screen my screen, and it's just like having 2 monitors. But if you just have a regular schmegular laptop screen, I promise you, you're going to try to split screen, and that Photoshop is going to be taken over. It's not going to work. It's going to be aggravating you more than it helps you. Uh-oh, you having some sirens going off. Oh, Lord, Lynn. Okay, well, you all please be safe. All right, and my prayers are with you. I know that you all are in wonderful hands, and thank y'all for wanting to be here of all other places you could be at this moment, and your mind and attention on building and really improving your craft so you can be a better creative. But if that internet gets to tripping, I promise you I ain't judging. All right, is anyone else still downloading? Go ahead and give me a 2 in the chat if you're still downloading the file for tonight. Run it up party favors that are in the atomizer. Let's go to it and see which ones are there. And I do have some plans to put some more in there. Will they be there by this weekend? No, maybe by the 13th though, when we do the live hands-on class. I actually have it where I want to put some more party favors in there. But you do have the Capri Sun, you have the ones that you mainly need. You have the chip bags, and like I said, these are the editable files, the printable files, and the mock-ups. It creates all of that at one time. Let's see, party stuff, banners, backdrops, you need those for party. The fans they're using for party now. The retractable banners are good for parties. You have a drink stir in there if you do like create the acrylic stuff. And even if you don't create the acrylic stuff, TQ in a group, TQ Duffy, she makes this stuff. She has a laser and she can hook you up with these drink stirs. Okay. I'm probably going to be contacting her myself about getting some made for an event. Let's see what else is party favors. Gift bags, party favors. The boxes, the gift boxes are in there. The Hershey bars in there. I did put some new cool stuff in there, like the champagne bottle and the wine bottle labels. I think those would go excellent with the party favor stuff. You have the envelope, which could be envelope. You could turn the envelope off too if you don't want that. But this could be a graduation invitation. And you have a digital invitation there. I would, if you're not bundling that with your party favors, I would absolutely do that. And then you see this QR code. Last year, I helped you all set up something called a Smart Grad page on your Shopify site. So if you set up a Smart Grad page and you just say, hey, I'm going to host your Grad's products on my page so that any family members that want to order shirts can come to your page. I'll say on my page, can go to your page. They can order their t-shirt. They can order their keychain, whatever they want to do to support the grad. And you could even offer them a percentage of the sales. Like you can say, hey, you get 20% of the sales towards the grad. And now you're making it basically a fundraiser for the grad. And the family member doesn't have to collect everybody's t-shirt sizes and money, which is a whole nother problem. All right, let's see what else we got here for party favors. The keychains are good for party favors. I've even seen them use, for instance, when you have the table setting, you can use the keychains as part of one of the gifts that you give, but also decorating the table. Tumblers are good for that too, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this, but I told y'all about this last year. I would love to see you all taking tumblers and putting the flower arrangements in the tumblers. So they're keepsakes for people to take home, but they're also immediate decorative elements on the table. Let's see here. You got the money card holder. You have napkins. These are fabric napkins, y'all. So these fabric napkins usually come in a satin or like a standard linen style, even though it's not linen, it's polyester. You can sublimate those fully. And then on your charger plates, you can have a custom printed napkin. Isn't that a crazy?
Sorry, Doc. This is customer happiness. We can't see your screen. All we see is the grad cap.
Okay, my screen.
Thank you.
Oh, y'all just let me talk and look. Customer happiness. Jennifer, we can't see. All right, hold on. Hold on, Chrissy. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Oh Lord. Y'all, that's my life. Yep. I told y'all when I be into it, I don't pay attention to nothing. All right. So now you all can see the mock-ups. But I was just going through some of the products and saying what would be popular for party favors. And just parties in general, some of the things that you can use. Even like your dog tags. If you want to do something instead of giving keychains, you can do dog tags with the little short chains so that they can be used as keychains, or you could do keychains. Like I said, I included now in the atomizer, there's some glasses. So you have a champagne glass and you have a wine glass. Why? Because y'all told me y'all wanted to get into this party world. And all it would take for you to do those is the UV DTF transfers. And then I know some people are doing some print and cut, but to do that, I would definitely want you to do the UV DTF because it'll have better staying power. All right, like I said, chocolate bars in there. Oh yeah, put y'all a little shot glass in there for those who are graduating from college. Okay. What else did I tell you was in there where y'all couldn't see my screen? The digital phone, this mock-up here, this is what I was saying. You can have a QR code on here, host the graduate page, have the t-shirts and the keychains and the things that people can buy to support the grad so that they can wear for graduation or just wear for the graduation celebration. And then that way you are collecting their leads. Once that graduate has graduated, now you have that uncle or that aunts or that grandma's, hopefully their, at least their email and maybe even their phone number. Okay, so you can text message them and keep marketing to them. That's automatically growing your business just by hosting a page for that. You're going to design that stuff anyway. You might as well go ahead and make them a little landing page that has that particular grad and their products on it. Now, I don't think I'm going to teach that class again, but the replay for that is called a Smart Grad page. So if you want to purchase that replay and create your Smart Grad page, I think that would be a really great a great opportunity for you all, especially going this early into graduation. You can do license plates, like if they're going to whatever college they're going to, but I doubt they want a license plate right now that has their high school on it. This is the money card holder I was talking about that was super popular for the past, what, about 3 years? So that is still going strong. This was the napkin I was telling you about. That's new to the atomizer. And you can turn off the background image of the napkin. So you could use the flat one, or you can use the folded one, or you can use them both like this. These are paper napkins that I think these will be really good for doing with your drinks as well. And all this is, y'all, is a little UV DTF, little decal. You don't have to go printing the whole napkin up. I know some people say, yeah, you can sublimate napkins, but why? You know, if you could stick with a simple color napkin, and I think these are called the coin edge napkins because they have this little little line pattern on the edge here, you can get away with that. Anything else party favor wise? You got cups, you have the plates, Rice Krispie treats are in there. Depending on if people are doing outdoor stadium seating, you might want to do those stadium seats. Okay. You probably want to introduce, if you all are doing scarves, introduce the scarves. Not everybody wants to wear a t-shirt, but they might wear a, it's a satin scarf, but we call it a silk scarf just because that's what everybody else calls it. But that would be a good upgraded look for someone who maybe doesn't want to wear a t-shirt, but would wear a scarf. Of course, you have your stoles that are relevant. This was the grad page. So you can use the atomizer to kind of mock up a quick web banner. And then, of course, you can have your products on there as well. You have your water bottle labels. That's good for party favors. Wine stopper. Again, like I said, if you're doing that that college graduation and more adult crowd. You have your yard signs, which are popular for parties. And then here are all your printables that the atomizer outputs. So the whole idea is that, yes, you can mock up and make things look good, but simultaneously it creates your printables for your bench. It creates your printable for your cheer bow. It creates your printable for your grad topper. Y'all see that? So that's the idea for the atomizer. It does a lot of things automatically. The arm sleeve, it already puts everything in place. So all you have to worry about doing is getting your production streamlined. Black fan is there. Dress, retractable banner, all of those are printables. All right. And again, this was one of those scenes where I showed you all how you can put a lot of these things together to create a collection. And we'll talk about that on Friday. The marketing materials, the making of the collection, the making things kind of move and have motion graphics in Canva. We'll talk about that on Friday. All right, so I'm glad we got that out. Let's go ahead and get into class. Now I'm going to stop my screen share. Hopefully you all saw my screen that time. Let me stop here. And then, Chrissy, you go ahead and share your screen for me. Montanious, I believe we do have a firm. So I'm going to check tonight to see, I think it's a firm, Afterpay, Sezzle, and Klarna. I don't know which all ones. I will make an option available for those that may need to use that split pay option. But when I do that, it's only going to be up until Friday because it's not the same as paying up front. It definitely takes some fees out and stuff, but I'll be willing to do that for you all. If you feel like it's going to help you kickstart your grad season and having access to everything, including the atomizer, then I will make that available to you. Okay. All right. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Y'all ready? Go ahead and give me a 100 in the chat if you got your file downloaded and you're ready to rock and roll. For those of you on the YouTube side, I know you don't have the file, but just stay with us. You're probably going to learn something, and I'm sure that you're going to learn about these tools and also how we rock inside of the Zoom room, giving you all a little sneak peek, but also giving you some education as well on how to use these tools. All right, so first thing I want you to do, Christy, I'm going to turn on my marker here. I want you to do Control-0 so you can zoom into the artboard here. And Nikki, I've already updated the 2.0 version of the 262. So you all have that version. And every time that I do a new version of the atomizer with a new design, the Craft to Quit has an opportunity to get a 93% off coupon code so that they're just buying the template flip that I'm doing. And it comes with the new products as well. But if you're not Craft to Quit, then you do have the opportunity to purchase the new atomizer if you want the updated design already pre-flipped into it with the updated products. All right, so Punchy, the file, okay, you got it, perfect. All right, so what we have open right now is the 307 Mockups class. It's the only thing we have open right now. If you have that open, go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat. If you need some help right now, please give me a 2. Okay, no one needs help. All right, let's move it on along then. All right, I want to make sure that everyone has this layer selected with the image of the cap. We're going to ignore that you have all of this work already done for you right here. Matter of fact, you can turn the eyeball on right there just to see it. Turn it off. You know what's there. You're going to create your own magic tonight. Okay, I'm going to clear the screen here. Now, what you're going to do is use this, and I want you to hold down over here so everybody can see what the options are here. You're going to hold it down and choose the Object Selection tool. Object Selection tool. This uses AI to help identify. Now, what I want you to do for the mode, instead of rectangle, I want you to turn that to lasso. Just in case we need to lasso anything. And I want you to hover just over the tassel. Oh, we have to be selected on the cap layer. That's my apologies. There we go. There you go. And see how it kind of highlights it magenta? If yours isn't doing that, let me know. But go ahead and click on that tassel there. All right, we should have that selected. If you do not have your tassel selected with the marching ants around it, that's what we call those little dots going around it. We call those marching ants. If you don't see those marching ants around your tassel or something looks wrong, please give me a 2 in the chat. No 2s, but y'all know what to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do on your keyboard, if you have a PC, you're going to do Control J. If you have a Mac, you're going to do Command J. Beautiful. Do you see how it made a copy of just the tassel there? That's what Command J did. It made a copy of just that thing. Okay. Janetta, let's go ahead and have everybody do this. Everybody do the save dance. And then Janetta, go ahead, share your screen with me.
Shannon, I had it. I just didn't, but that it went wrong.
Yeah,
When
okay, hold on just a second. I'm gonna help you out. Let's go ahead and let's right click on this one, or yeah, right click and delete that layer. Make sure, yep, delete the layer. Okay, now what we're gonna do is hover over the tassel and click the tassel. Okay, and you are PC, not Mac, so you're gonna do Control J on your keyboard. Hold down Control, then do J. Beautiful. That's it. You got it right there. Hold tight for me. Anybody else need any help? Go ahead and give me a 2 in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next step. All right, Shonda, go ahead and share your screen for me. Janetta, you're doing a great job. Go ahead and make sure you do the save dance. Everybody do Control S if you're on a PC, Command S if you're on a Mac. That's going to be your favorite step. That is called the save dance. Otherwise, you might be a little disappointed in yourself if you lose your work. All right, and okay, I was thinking the Zoom tools are kind of in the way there, but we might be able to get through this. All right, I think that's good, love. So make sure that, and this might have been the problem too, if you are not actively selected, let me get my marker out. If you're not actively selected on this layer, it won't pick up the design. Okay, so we'll actively select that one, and then we'll go to your object selection tool right here. And instead of rectangle, go ahead and put this on lasso mode, because when we use it again, we may end up using lasso. So just click on rectangle and choose lasso. Beautiful. All right, now just hover over the tassel. Beautiful. Let's click it. All right, and while it's doing that, I'm going to get my marks off your screen. Now let's do Control J on the keyboard. Hold down Control and then hit J. Beautiful. And yep, you'll see that you have your little tassel there. All right, now anyone else need help? Give me a 2 in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next step. All right. And also, when you all are sharing your screen, keep sharing your screen till I kick you off, okay? That way you'll get a little extra help. Shonda, go ahead and bring your screen back. I got you, love. We're going to move on to the next step with you. Maisha, the shortcut for the Mac, instead of Control J, is going to be Command J. So typically for the Mac, typically the operations are all the same, except in the PC, when we say Control, you all do Command. And then if we have Alt, you all choose Option. So if I ever forget the Mac ones, please let us know in the chat. And then Coach Nancy, and we also have a couple of our triple OGs who are Mac users who can help out as well. All right. All right, so the next step is we're going to grab this cap. All right, and then what I'm going to do for the cap here is same thing, but this time we're going to hover. We're going to make sure that we are selected onto the green cap layer once again. Perfect. And then just hover over the white part of the cap and go ahead and click. All right. Now, same thing here. We're going to do a Control J or a Command J if you're on a Mac. And it automatically put it there. Perfect. All right, we have our pieces to rock with right now. Let's see how you all are doing. All right, so now what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to recolor these different pieces, because if my design is red, I probably don't want a green tassel, right? So we're going to go ahead and first create our tassel color. So let me clear my marks off the screen. We're going to take this tassel that says layer 8 right here. Let's double click on that layer. Let's double click where it says layer 8. Oh, hit cancel there. It's okay. We're not gonna, I was gonna say we can relabel this stuff, but we're not going to do all that tonight because we'll spend more time doing that than anything else. You'll see how I label things when it comes to templates and stuff. I don't want to stress y'all out with relabeling stuff tonight. So what we'll do, we just right click and we'll duplicate it. And just hit duplicate layer. Perfect. And then it may pop up on the other screen. What do you want to name it? Just say okay. And this is going to be a copy of the exact same thing. All right. And then also we're going to right click and we're going to duplicate the cap. All right. Now, so far we have the background, we have the cap, and we also have the tassels. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that if we stretch this out or move this, that all of these pieces stay together. But just for to make sure that our artwork is going to stay in place too, we're going to go ahead and drag that in at this moment. So I want you all to go to File and then Place Embedded. File, Place Embedded. And you're going to go to your 307 folder. All right, and then we're going to grab the one that says the 9.25 by 9.25 Grad cap topper. All right, and we're just going to place that inside. All right, beautiful. Now, we're not going to hit enter just yet. We want to rotate this. So if you go around to one of the corners here, I want you to rotate it where it's like a diamond, where the top is right about here. Beautiful. All right. Now, once you got it there, you can go ahead and lock in that transformation by hitting that plus the check mark there, or you can hit enter on your keyboard. Now, right about now, this grad cap topper should be on top of your caps here so you can see it. If it's not, it's okay. We're about to go ahead and pull everything together now. Ronetta, go ahead and share your screen. Let me see where you are caught up. Everybody else, make sure y'all do the save dance. Ronetta, you can go ahead and share your screen. All right, and let me see your Photoshop screen, see what you have open up so far and your steps. Okay, perfect. You're in the right place. So now that you're on the move tool, I want you to hover a little outside of one of those corners. If you hover around about here, it'll turn into a bendy arrow, and just go ahead and pull it and rotate it. There you go. Until it's about 45 degrees or negative 45 degrees. If you hit shift while you're rotating it, it'll stick to 45 degrees. Hold down shift and then rotate it. There you go. Perfect. All right. That is good to go. Go ahead and hit enter on your keyboard. Now, Shauna, it says the file is locked. Let's make sure that you're not working on a zip file version of it. Ronetta, go ahead and share your screen. Save your work for me. And Shonda, go ahead and share your screen. Let me see the error that you're getting. All right, let's do a file and then let's do save as. And then at the end of it, just put like a number 2 or something so that you notice that this is the next level of that file. And let's see if that will let you save. Okay, so I don't know what the issue was, but it looks like that may have fixed it. And you got everything on point right now.
Thank you.
All right, now ready to move on to the next step? Everybody that's ready to move on, go ahead and give me a 100. If you need help, give me a 2 in the chat. All right. Y'all are ready. Now, what we're going to do here, we're doing a few steps together at a time. And Shonda, I was going to say, it looks like some Zoom stuff was on your screen there. Let me turn on my marker here. All right, perfect. And what we want to do is we want to, let's see, we're going to take this one and turn the opacity. Let's just go to the drop down here and just bring the opacity down to maybe around 50 or less. The idea is you want to be able to see the white cap behind it, but you also want to see a little bit of the image to make sure you're not cutting off anybody's face or important words. All right, so next thing we're going to do is go back to our move tool. So we all want to be on the move tool here. And then we're going to go up to edit, transform, and let's go to distort. Edit, transform, distort. All right, and then what I want you to do is I want you to take this top node here and put it right about at the top of the hat there. And you want to have a little bit of overlap. So you definitely want to be outside of the white a little bit because you have a little bleed area. Perfect. That's perfect. Just like that. And then you'll take this node here, pull it to the outside here. Beautiful. And we'll do the same thing with the left node. Come on to this corner. With a little overlap. Beautiful. And then for the bottom, yep, you're going to pull it to where it overlaps just a little bit on the outside here. All right. When you got that in place, go ahead and hit done, or you can hit the check mark up top here, or you can hit enter on your keyboard. Now, that was the hard part. That was the hard part for tonight. Okay. So if you got that locked in, give me a 1. If you need some help right now, give me a 2. I want to make sure y'all got this part now. That was the hardest thing we're going to do tonight. What you all just did was warp the image. Now the image still has its original ratio and everything locked inside of the smart object, but for the point of displaying it, it is now warped or distorted so that it looks like it is on the top of the cap. Okay. I don't think I saw any 2s. I'm gonna scroll back through, make sure I didn't miss anyone. All right, we're all ready to move on. Now what I want you to do is we are going to clean up. So I want you to, before we do anything else, let's do this. I want you to take this top layer here. Yeah, go ahead and do the save dance, Shonda. I want you to do that. And I forgot it's Shanda, not Shonda. This is Shanda because it's like Shannon. I forgot that. Why you ain't correct me?
That's okay. It's okay.
It ain't okay. It ain't because if somebody called me Shannon, somebody tried calling me Shannon one time because it was like, your name isn't Shannon, doesn't have 2 N's in the middle. I was like, well, you tell that to one Melvin Dewey Wooden then, because he named me. All right, Shanda. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the top layer here where it says layer 8 and you have your tassel. We're gonna hold down Shift and select the green background layer. Okay, so hold down Shift and then select this layer here. Oh, okay, so let's go back. We want to have the top layer selected and then hold down Shift, select the bottom layer here. Beautiful. Now, wait, you're clicking on stuff again. There you go. Okay, stop right there for me. And then what I want you to do is I want you to hit this little link button down here at the bottom of your layers panel. That link button is going to make sure that all of those things move simultaneously. If you move one, it's going to move another. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ronetta, go ahead, share your screen with me. Let me see what you got going on so I can help you out. Shannon, you're doing a beautiful job. Everybody do the save dance.
Coach, I just, hold on.
Okay. I hear a little echo.
Yeah, I'm having to use two computers. So you see, I just wanted to know, so like if I wanted to go and correct this white edge, would I go
Yep.
back to
So
the
let's do that right now. Go back to your edit, and then you should be able to still do transform and distort. So edit, transform, and then distort. Okay.
oh, I didn't have
Oh, I know what you have to be selected on that layer. That makes sense, right? Let's try that again. That was just for practice. Edit, transform, distort. Well, oh, I know it is. You have it linked now. Okay. So if we want to distort it, we need to unlink it. So let's unlink right here down at the bottom. And then let's try that one more time. I'm glad that you're doing this, because if you all were doing this by yourself and you mistakenly did this step after that, then you'll be like, I'm stuck. I give up. I don't know what to do. So I love when you all have errors, because then I can show you how to fix them in real time. So yep, we'll take this little node here, pull it out. You want to make sure that that bleed is going off the edge there. A little bit more, a little bit more. Even like you want something to come off that top up there. Perfect. That's it right there. Beautiful. All right. Now go ahead and hit enter to lock in your transformation, or you get that check mark at the top. Beautiful. Now we got to go back and lock this again. All you have to do is just choose one of the ones, or you could go from the top there. Hold down shift like the last one, and then you should be able to link them all back again. Yep, hold down shift, grab it, and then link them. Beautiful. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to mask off the bottom of this, because it looks like it's bleeding onto this little curve, and then it also starts to bleed into the cap part a little bit. So we're going to clean that up. That's why we have it on transparent right now. Uh-oh, did I do anything?
That was me.
Okay, no worries. All right, so what we're going to do for this is that dreaded pen tool. Remember when y'all told me I want to start using the pen tool a little bit more? Your wish is my command. All right, we're going to zoom in a little bit though. So make sure you do control, hold down control, then do plus plus a couple times. If you're on a Mac, it's going to be command plus plus. All right, now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you where the pen tool is here. Pen tool is a little intimidating if you're just starting to learn how to use it, but this is something you ain't going to be able to do in Canva, y'all. So when you learn these tools, make sure you know that you're learning some advanced professional level stuff. So go ahead and grab your pen tool at the top there. All right. And we're just focused more on this, this bottom area here, because the top is automatically going to clip. I'm going to show you how we're going to clip that in just a little bit. All right. So I want you to come out here, and then I want you to select here. So when you see, yep, hit that green dot, and then hit my next green dot. But after you tap it, I want you to pull on it. Pull on it and stretch it out a little bit. Right there. You see, it's basically following a curve now. Then I want you to click and pull on it here. Okay, don't pull that far though, because the thing is, the longer you make those, the more you have to worry about if those curves are overlapping. Yep, or overlapping. That's good right there. Perfect. And then come here and do the next one. No, you don't have to worry about that. No, just click. No. Go do Control Z. Control Z or Command Z to undo that one. And I want you to just click right here where I have my next green mark. Click and then drag a little bit. Just a little bit. Is it continuing there?
It went right here.
And then let's click here. That's going to be kind of like our corner. Boom. You just click one time. You don't drag that one. If you want a corner, you just click and click. And let me see. I think it did not continue.
Yeah, it went away.
Okay. So
was I supposed to do Control Z again?
No, because that's going to undo it further. But what you can do, just Control Z a couple times and see if it just deletes just the particular part, or if it makes you start completely over.
Okay.
Okay. Now, wait, don't click on that one, because that so when you see that white little circle, that's your handle. It's not the actual node. So the actual point that you're doing, and I want to explain something to you. When you click and drag, you're making a curve. when you just click, but no drag, you're making a point. So if you want to make a corner, you make a point. If you want to make a curve, which this is not a straight line. If this was exactly a straight line, I would just say click here, click here. It will make a straight line from here to here. But notice how the cap has a little slight curve to it. So what you're doing is you're clicking to start your first point, but then the next time you click, you're going to drag it a little bit. And when you drag it, it allows you to create a curve. Okay. So like I said, this is probably the most frightening tool in Photoshop. And once you all get used to this, you all will love it. Okay. It's a really cool tool. All right, try clicking here and then pull it down just a little bit because we still want a little curve. Click and then drag just a little bit. Perfect. You got it right there. Okay. Now click here and then I don't want you to drag that one because that one's going to be a corner point. So click it. Boom. There you go. Now click here and then just drag it a little bit. Click, drag a little bit. And it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm going to show you how to fix it because it's going to be a vector. All right, now click here, drag a little bit.
Wait, Coach, I'm sorry. The drop down from the Zoom is blocking it. That's
Right in
why
your
I
way.
can't see. Wait, hold on. I think I found it. Nope.
Okay, I was gonna say you can go to the very, very left-hand side of it and push it out the way.
Okay, got it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay,
No
so I'm gonna
worries.
go to this point
Yep, you're
and
gonna
then
click and
I'm
just drag just a little bit. Uh-huh. Click it first. Click it first. Then drag it a little bit. There you go. Look at you making curves. Now that last one, you can just click because that's going to be your endpoint. All right. And then what you can do is you can come up here and just click. You can even come off because we don't care about none of that. I just want to, you see how I'm out here? I want you to click out here though.
Oh, so let me control Z to undo.
Let's control Z that one.
Okay.
You know what? Go ahead with your bad self. Do what you was doing. I tell you what. Do control Z. I want look, if y'all want to take y'all time and your patience doing this, it's okay. I'm gonna show you. Your patience is good. Do that. Zoom in a little bit if you need to, but now this edge is a lot straighter. So you should just be able to just click here and drag it maybe just a little bit. Make sure you're inside though, like you're touching the white. Okay. There you go. And then now you should be able to do a corner here. And then I'm going to move my marks off your screen, make it a little easier. And then you'll go ahead and make you a whole little layer mask there, a little cap topper mask. All right. And then you close it up by clicking that last one. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I'm going to help because I know somebody got lost along the way and it's okay. I got you. What I need you to do right now is make sure that you're only selected on the red cap layer. While you're doing this step, only selected on that layer. Then I want you to hit the word mask up at the top here, the very top. Okay. It just made a vector layer mask. So if you need to go back and you're like, oh, my curve there was a little off, I'm going to show you how you can go to just that node and clean that node up. Okay. But for right now, what I want you to do is turn this opacity all the way up to 100. Just crank it all the way up. That way you can see your work. Okay. Don't worry if you see this red line right now, that's perfectly fine. We're about to turn that off in just a little bit. So just make sure, we're going to make sure that all our nodes are in the right place. But let me make sure I help Cheryl right now, get her layer mask set up, and then we'll move on. Everybody do the save dance. Cheryl, go ahead, share your screen. Let me know in the chat, is this some of y'all's first time doing some of these type of steps, like using the pen tool, using the warping to create your own mockups? Or maybe it's your first time creating mockups. If this is anybody's first time doing any of the stuff we're doing tonight, give me a 1 in the chat. Okay. Or even my OGs. Okay. Cool. All right, so I will keep introducing new stuff then. Y'all seem to like this kind of stuff. All right, so let's see here, Cheryl. Zoom out for me a little bit. You're going to want to see see a little bit more so you know where to guide your node next. And I'm going to ask for a remote control here to see if I can help guide you a little bit.
I don't know why I keep turning white.
Okay, so I'm going to show you in just a second. So there's a difference between a node that you create, and then when you drag it, it's called a handle, because that handle, I'm going to show you something really cool in just a second. Let me make sure I have all marks cleared off your screen. And is it allowing me? Okay, it's allowing me to do this. Let's go back to history a little bit and okay. All right, and then I'm going to even go all the way back and we're going to start a fresh one. So with the pen tool, let's say, since you're so zoomed in here, this is good. If this is a real graduation cap topper, right, I wouldn't be coming all the way on these curved edges. So I would probably end up here and right about here. So I'm going to click and drag. And see, the clicking that I did is in the middle. The dragging is the handle. Now, my handle can move and help create curves in the future. Now, I'm going to undo that because I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to show you what it could do.
Yeah, that's what it kept doing to me.
Oh, it kept doing it. You was doing it to it, Cheryl. Doing nothing to you. It can't do nothing. You know how the kids be like, it just no, it didn't. All right, but the thing is, you're going to get used to this, okay? How long you pull that handle is how crazy that curve can get. So if you're doing something complicated, you may need to do those little crazy curves and manipulate. If you are going straight, really, you can almost barely pull it, and it's just going to kind of help you keep it in line. All right, so I'm going to make sure that my topper doesn't come over this edge because I don't want it to be misleading. I want you to know that whatever the cap color is there, that's where it's going to be. And then if you continue over here, now remember what I just did here, where this tassel is, I just regular clicked. I didn't click and drag there. I didn't want a curve there. I wanted a corner. If you want a corner, you click. If you want a curve, you click and drag. Okay, so I'll continue clicking and dragging here. And then outside of this area, if this was indeed a straight line, I'm going to do this. That's very close to a straight line, but you see how it doesn't cover everything up until here? So that's why we kind of come a little bit midpoint, pull on it a little bit because it is technically a little bit of a curve. Oh, I thought I undid it, but I know what it is. Control Z doesn't work on your computer because you have a Mac. And I thought I was undoing some stuff. All right, so here, I'm going to come maybe about a third, or sometimes you can get away with half of the way. And then up here, I want to dot. I don't want to pull it. I just want to dot. Now, what happens here, you see how I can use this node later? I'm not going to use it now. I'm going to use the node later to curve that a little bit more. Because if you're doing a layer mask the way I'm showing you here, you can edit the layer mask even after you close it up. Now, you can't do that with the marching ants and the bitmap layer mask we've been using, or the brush that we've been using. And see, when I get ready to close it, it has that circle. Boom, I close it up. I'm going to come up here, make sure that only the grad cap topper is selected, hit mask, and I have a little layer mask, okay? Now, this is what I wanted to show you all. If you come down here to your arrow and you go to the white arrow, which is the direct selection tool, I can select just one node and see how my handles are here. Now, let me show you the power of handles. Do you see that? Ooh, you get to learn a little bit about them. I wanted to pull in just a little bit. Okay. And now I can turn my opacity up here. And then if you ever need to go back and edit it, you see how this layer, we're used to the black and white layer mask. When you see this gray layer mask, it means it is a vector mask. You can actually use these layer masks to even cut on your plotters or your cutting machine because they are vector, they're mathematical. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you say, Shannon, you didn't do too well on this one right here because that ain't seeming like it's going in the right spot. You could take that little node right here and pull just that node and see how it redirects that edge. And that is the beautiful thing about having a vector mask versus the regular black and white bitmap mask. Okay, so I want everybody to give me a 100. And I see, Monica, you need some help. You'll be next. Give me a 100 if you have your layer mask good to go. Everything looks neat. It looks just like it was printed right on top of that cap. Give me a 100. And then Monica, I want you to go ahead and share your screen next. Cheryl, go ahead, save your work, love. Ronetta, the only one that got it right. Come on, Craft to Quit. And my gold members. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So, Monica, I think you got a little bit overboard with the nodes. And this is what I'm going to tell you. The more nodes you do, the more chance you have of not having a continuous smooth line. And it looks like all of these nodes are just click, 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 and not necessarily clicks and drags. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to request remote control here so I can see what's going on. All right. Let's go to your history here. And yep, a bunch of anchor points. Let's go back. Okay. All right. And then let's zoom in a little bit here. And when I start clicking here, I want you to notice how far apart my click and drags are. So I'm going to start right about here, regular click, because I want it to be a corner. And then right about here, maybe a little bit more than a third, almost half of the way down. I'm clicking and then dragging. This dragging is going to help me create a little slight curve there. Here, I'm clicking and I'm dragging. Now at this point, I'm just clicking, no dragging. I want this to be a crisp little corner. And then here, I'm clicking and I'm dragging.
Doc, it's not gonna cut off that G.
It will, but that is because this will, you see how you didn't keep this parallel, like it's more here than it is up here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show you how to basically re-distort, because that will cut it off.
Okay.
And I'll show you that. But right now we'll focus on the layer mask, and then we can correct that. And ideally, you want to correct that before you start making your layer mask, because if you did, like I made a mistake earlier and I started moving stuff, my layer mask is going to be linked to the layer. So if you start moving around your layer mask will also move. All right, so I just closed that up. I'm going to go here to layers and watch this. When I create a mask here at the top, we're used to hitting this layer mask down here. That's a bitmap. I use mask up top so we can get that shape. Now I have to unlink this. Check this out. I have to unlink this so that if I want to move my grad topper and distort it, I can. Now I also need to unlink it from all the rest of the pieces because I need to re-distort this, okay? So what I'll do is I will go to Edit, Transform. Oh, we need to be on the Move tool. Let's go Edit. And we want to transform and do distort. And what I really need to do is disable that vector mask. So see how, and I guess I should explain this a little bit better too. When I'm distorting this, my whole point is I want to make sure I have like a parallel amount of the edging here. And I don't think this did allow me. Let me make sure I'm on the right distort. I don't think it was on distort. Okay, now you see when I'm pulling this, I have the same amount of extra around here. So it makes it a little bit easier to make sure that I'm covering. And this is AI generated. And even if it was handmade, this is never going to be a perfect diamond. People just don't make perfect things. Only God makes perfect things. Okay. So this AI didn't make this thing a perfect rhombus or diamond shape either. We're just getting as close as we can to it. Okay. So now that we've gotten that a little more closer in, and it does have your graduate kind of cut off there a little bit, you could pull that in a little if you wanted to.
Say it.
And pull that up a little bit.
Oh, and she ain't gonna never get to feeling better.
There you go.
You brought that shit in here.
Mine's got the-
And then we'll go ahead and turn back on the layer mask. Oh, we got to right click and enable this one. And now it clips and cleans up. Now, if you want to edit your layer mask, you can still do so. Let's go ahead and make this full opacity so you can see what you're working with. Don't worry about this little bleed area here because we're about to turn it off. But now it looks like this is on top of the cap and not just wrapped around all the way around the edges, because that is not going to happen like that.
Okay.
All right. So this looks good. Now I want to relink this in the middle. You can't see it, but a layer mask is almost always linked to the layer. So you want to click in the middle to get that link back. And now we want to also go ahead and make sure that all of these pieces are linked together again too. And now we're back in business.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Dee, go ahead and share your screen. I got you
Thank you,
next.
ma'am.
And everybody do the save dance. Y'all just got through the hardest part of the night. All right, let's see. Now, while you were making that layer mask, did you have it?
Am I sharing the right screen?
Yeah, I see Photoshop.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna request remote control here just so I can see if I can help you clean up your nodes. I do
Yeah.
see that we have like a little overlapping nodes here at the bottom. Let's see. I see you went to your history. You was like, let me just start over like she did.
Listen, I got lost and you were helping someone else, and I went to YouTube and rewinded it back, and then I
That's
was
okay.
trying.
You had the best intentions. Look, you did better than a lot of folks that would just sit here and wait. So you tried to be proactive, but I'm here to help. That's what I'm here for.
Thank
All right,
you.
so let's get rid of that start of the path. And we're going to start a brand new path. Yes, we are going to start here, but it looks like you are on the freeform pen tool. I just want you to be on the regular pen tool.
I was trying to clean up like that wonky point, and I saw you use a different tool. So
Oh, okay. Now that was selecting the node and moving it. So let's try
yeah.
setting this up right now. Now I'm going to move really quick because I've done this a few times now.
Yes,
So
please.
I'm going to click and drag, and sometimes it will lag on a computer that's not my computer because I'm basically controlling your screen over the internet. But see how once you get used to this, you can kind of move a little quick.
Yeah.
I'm just moving. And then if I move a little too quick and I cut something off, or it doesn't have the right shape that I want it to have, that's what I use that little white arrow for to clean it up. Okay, so for right now, see that bends just a little, close it up. All right, I'm going to make sure I'm selected on the red grad topper, hit mask. And then if I really need to clean something up, I'm going to bring my opacity up here. If I really want to clean this up, let's say I got a little too much white on this edge here, I don't like it. I'm going to go down to the arrow tool, path selection, and I want the white arrow, which is direct selection. And then if I click on this, I can click on a single node and I can move that single node. Now that's not where I want it, but I can move that single node and it affects nodes around it. So for instance, if I want to affect this curve now, you see what a curve does?
Yeah.
I can move the node itself, or I can move the handles. And the handles kind of let me know if I'm on point. All right, so that looks good there. I might have a little bit that I need to cover here. All right, that looks good. And then everything here is still linked and good to go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And stay right here with me, Dee. I think this may be the last one that needed help on this step. Anybody else that needs help before we move on, please drop a 2 in the chat. All right. You all are making your first mock-up. All right, Shannon, go ahead, share your screen for me. Dee, you're good to go. Go ahead and save your work.
Thank you.
On YouTube, Iconic, if you want to join the challenge, you can pay $2.97 and join the challenge, or you can pay $1.97 and join Craft to Quit, and you'll automatically have access to the challenge. Or I'll go ahead and tell y'all about my special deal because it's 9 o'clock, and I'm probably going to stay a little bit later and help my Zoom room. Okay, so there's a deal right now where you can pay $797, and it will give you the full year of Craft to Quit, which is normally $197 a month. Plus, it'll give you unlock all of your classes. That's 200 Photoshop classes. You don't have to wait you have to wait 3 years, more than 3 years to unlock all 200 classes because one unlocks every 7 days. And you get all of your AI classes unlocked. And you get this $800 atomizer for $797. So if you comment the word platinum underneath the latest Instagram post or the latest Facebook post, it will take you to where you can join Craft to Quit. You get the challenge. You get the weekly classes that we do live with all the templates. You get all templates unlocked, all AI classes unlocked for just $797. And that's even if my OG triple OGs, if y'all are already locked in at the $197 rate. And if you want to change your membership, you can absolutely do that. And I will honor it. Okay. So that's why I'm saying some of my gold members, y'all are looking for an upgrade, and this is your opportunity to upgrade. Okay. All right, Shanda, I'm ready for you, baby. Okay, I see you did a little curve action. Cool. I see it. I do. Let me help you out with that curve, okay?
Okay.
So what happened with that curve, this is your handle. Your handle is all the way up high here, okay? So you can take just the handle and you can handle it. You see that? I'm pulling it down and so that it gets more straight. Boom, that's it.
Well, I tried that and it didn't work. So thank you.
You're welcome. Now the handle can get extreme. Now the handle can twist around and do some crazy stuff. The handle can get really long and it can start affecting the next node. So see how it can kind of make a little bump right there. So you'll start to feel it's almost like when you learn how to sketch and you learn how long to sketch your lines in order to be able to make a circle. You know, you don't just usually draw a circle with one swoop. You usually will sketch it a little bit to make sure that you're edging it out and you're continuing it. It's the same thing with this. Let's see here. I'm going to grab this node here, see where that's taking us. And then it looks like we may have a couple of extra nodes here. Oh, no, that was just a handle that was kind of drawn out a little far. Come on in, buddy. And then this
I think
one.
I may have too many because I was trying to figure it.
It's okay. It's okay. Now you can come over here and you can go to delete an anchor point. That just gave me an opportunity to show you something extra. So I'm going to click on, now the anchor points are square and the handles are circle. So I'm going to get that node and it's like, all right, now it just did something crazy. So I'm going to go back to my white arrow here. Now I'm going to make that my corner point. And then I'm just going to control my handles here. Okay, that's it. And sometimes I'll put them in just to kind of mess them a little bit. See, if this handle is extruded past a node, it will make a little bump, bump, bump. Okay. So your handles kind of dictate how smooth or continuous your stuff looks too. Let's see. There's a handle right there, isn't there? Sure is. Now that one right there should have been a corner instead of a handle. So what you can do is you can come over here and they have something called convert a point. So if that point was supposed to be a point and not a curve, click on, you see I just clicked on the square.
Yeah.
And I can click on that one too. It'll make it a straight line instead. And then if I want a curve, I can convert it to a curve. So you did some work that allowed us to see some additional tools tonight. So I ain't mad at you. We weren't going over those tools tonight. But it's a good thing to understand when you do think you messed something up. My daddy used to say, if you mess it up, you can fix it. Okay. God gave us these beautiful brains. If we mess something up, we have the power to fix it. As long as you take accountability. Now, if you say it messed up,
Correct.
or if you say it messed up, then it's what it is. But if
Operator
it messed
error.
up, you can fix it. There you go. All right, this is beautiful. I think we got a little bit to clean up here on this side here. Oh, I got a little delay here, so I want to make sure that it's doing right by you. Looks good. Now on this side here, we're covering. Oh shoot, what's going on with you? What you doing? Okay. It was just letting me know I was moving too fast. All right, there we go. And then we'll take this node here and push it, move it a little bit. Boom, boom. And then we'll take this one. All right. All right, come on, buddy. Move out just a little bit. There we go. All right, so I think that's good. If you want to play with it some more, now you know all kind of extra tools you can use to modify a layer mask.
Okay.
Cheryl, I wasn't picking at you. I was actually talking about me, but yeah, that was you that said it today. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Shannon. Go ahead and do the save dance. We're going to move on to the next step. Okay. Okay, Nakia, you need to upgrade. If you're upgrading to craft to quit, same thing. Matter of fact, I'll drop it in, let me see if I don't know if I have the link right now. So do me a favor on your phone or on your computer and comment the word platinum under an Instagram post or a Facebook post, and it should send you the link to upgrade to platinum. And right now, because we're doing the challenge, I opened it back up at $7.97 for y'all to get the most that you can get for this grad season. It's called my stimulus package. After grad season, y'all, I got to take my price up for that because I can't keep letting this slide. And you lock in the rate of $7.97 forever for Craft to Quit. And it is literally $2,400 a year if you pay $200 a month. The $197 a month. So if you can lock it in at that deal, you have a steal of a deal. All right, so everything looks good here now. Ronetta, if you want to do it, you just same thing. You go to, I'll tell y'all what, I will stay with y'all after class tonight. And anybody who wants to upgrade, I will help y'all upgrade. Is that a deal? If we could focus on designing right now, I promise. I'll stay here until anybody that wants to upgrade upgrades, okay? Cool. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to show you the magic of mockups. Mockups isn't just putting something on top of something else because it looks a little flat or you don't get the shadows, you can't recolor things. We're about to do that magic right now. So I need everybody to stay with me step by step. All right. So first thing that we're going to do is I'll turn on my marker here. We're going to click on the bottom graduation hat there. And then we're going to go add a color here. We're going to add a adjustment layer that says solid color. Solid color. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're just let it be whatever it is and just hit OK. Actually, let's choose a color because black, you're not going to see the shadows in black. Choose a color out of the image there. Like pick a color, like hover over the image there and pick a color. Probably more like a deeper red, something that you know the school would probably use. Okay. All right. Now, when you get the color that you want, that looks good right there. Go ahead and hit OK. And I want you to right click on this, on the layer, and do create clipping mask. That's going to clip it down. And you're like, wait a minute, where did my color go? I got you. I got you. And then Ronetta, before I move on, you're going to share your screen. I'm going to get you caught up to this moment, but do me a favor right here on this layer 9 copy. Click on that. And I want you to change the blend mode. Instead of normal, choose multiply. Up at the top here where it says normal, choose multiply. That's all I want you to do right now. Hang tight for me right there. And then let's see, Ronetta, go ahead and share your screen with me, please. Everybody do the same dance. Y'all are doing some great work here. You all are building a template or a mock-up template from scratch right now. I hope y'all know this is not one of the first things I ever learned to do. This is not one of the, to this day, this is not the easiest thing to do. So you all are crushing it. All right, let's see. Okay, you have the right layer selected. We're going to go down to our adjustment layers down here at the bottom, this circle that's halfway filled up. Choose solid color. And then I want you to tap on and choose one of the colors from, oh, but that looks good right there. You must have already chose your color. And you can hit OK when you have the color that you want. Beautiful. Now I want you to right click on the gray area here. And I want you to create clipping mask. Create clipping mask. All right. And then on this top, this layer 9 on top, you're going to choose the blend mode to be multiply. Your fill color is not going to have the link with it. Your fill color does not need to have the link with it. Okay. But that's good that you noticed. That's good that you noticed, Andy. You're paying attention. All right. Y'all see how now you see the little shadows and stuff in there? Go ahead with your bad self. Okay. Now, next, we're going to do the same thing with the tassel. So we're going to go up to the layer 8 here with the tassel. And we'll go create a new color layer down at the bottom. And create a solid color. Whatever color you want that tassel to be is your business. If you want it to be gray, if you want it to be red, it does not matter. And whenever you finish with your mock-up, you're going to be changing those colors anyhow. All right. Same thing here. We're going to right click and we're going to create a layer mask. Notice that when I'm teaching y'all stuff, I usually have you do something at least twice. Because I want you to lock in that repetition. What do you think we do at layer 8 now? The one that's on top. What do you think we do with that one? Talk to me, Ronetta. What we going to do? I'm going to give you a hint. We're going to come up here to the blend mode. And what do you think we're going to choose? Multiply. A little bit, 2 more up. There you go. Perfect. All right. Now, if you choose black, this is perfect.
Okay.
This is why I never actually choose black to design with when I'm doing my mock-ups. I want you to double click on this black here. We're going to change it to a little bit more of a gray. Double click on it. And we're going to push it up into this gray area. Just go ahead and move it. Just move it. Now, doesn't it look like a black tassel?
Yes.
So nothing. Black means usually that something is void of light if we're talking about like screen colors, or it is so pigmented that it involves all colors, it encompasses all things, and it is so dark that it is black, pitch black. There's almost nothing that exists like that in real life. Okay. So even though our eyes want to think that we see black, we're actually seeing a version of a gray. Okay. That's why we can see these shadows. If you can't see them shadows and you can't see nothing moving around, yeah, you in pitch black, baby. But most times we don't have to be in that kind of environment. So just think of that as a tip when you're doing mock-ups. Now, when you're doing your design, we probably use black in the design, right? Because we want that area to be flat black. But when you're doing mock-ups, keep in mind that if you ever want your graduation cap to be black or you want your tassel to be black, make sure that you're choosing a gray so that it gives it an opportunity for those shadows and those highlights to come through. Now, here's another thing that I want you to do here. On top of this green tassel, it has a little green tint to it. Okay. And let me check on everybody. Anybody need help? Give me a 2 right now before we move on. because we're about to use our black and white and our levels. Okay, Shanda, go ahead and share your screen with me. And then if this helps you all, then let me know. If you don't need help anymore, then give me a 100 and I'll know that you don't need help anymore. But Shannon, we'll start with you first.
Okay, I went up and I did the color, but something I did wrong. It didn't change
Let's see. Okay, so you're talking about for the tassel?
for the tassel.
Okay, so the tassel doesn't have a color on top of it just yet. So let's add that. So I'm gonna go down here. Oh, I lied. That's not the one. Now, you were on the right one. I was on the wrong one. Choose solid color. Beautiful. And then go ahead and choose what color you want it to be. All right, choose OK. Now we're going to right click in the gray area and create clipping mask. Boom. Then we're going to come up here to this top one here. And we're going to choose multiply as the blend mode. Now, some of these might be looking crazy for y'all because it's got a green tint to it. That top multiply is multiplying green on top. If it's black, it's not going to trump black. But let's say you chose a red tassel and you got green on top. It's probably looking a little brown right now. Okay. I'm going to show y'all what to do in just a second. I want everybody to be on this page first, and then I'll show you what to do next. Monica, go ahead and share your screen next, please. And Jennifer says you're not on the move tool. Yeah, everybody could be on the move tool right now. That's your default home-based tool to be on. And then that way, just in case you try to push something or move something, you're not getting any errors.
Okay.
All right. So Monica, so your page. Okay. So you want your tassel to be white. Got you. But let's see what our blend mode is up here. No. Okay. So the white fill layer is just supposed to be on normal. It's not supposed to be on multiply.
Okay.
We didn't change the fill color. Now go up to layer 8, the top one, and then we're going to change that blend mode to multiply. Okay. And see how yours still has the green tint. This is perfect because I'm going to show you what to do for that. All right. So hang tight for me, Monica. Cheryl, go ahead and share your screen. Y'all almost done. Just so you know.
You could have stayed on hers, Coach, because mine's did the same thing. The tassel didn't change colors.
Okay, well, go ahead and share yours. Let me see why, because it could be the same reason. It may not be the same reason. I'll check it out and make sure, though. Okay, so on your color field, let's check. Let's make sure this one's on normal. Just click on the layer for me. Beautiful. And then we click on this one. It's on multiply. You're right in the perfect place. So let me show you how to fix this, okay? It's because it has a green tint. We're going to come down here to our adjustment layers down at the bottom here. And we're going to click on it and we're going to choose the one that says black and white. So even though our image has color, we're going to make it black and white. Okay. Now it makes everything black and white. Why? Because it's not clipped down, but it's okay. What we're going to do is take this layer and this layer, hold down shift and grab both of them, and then right click and create clipping mask. All right. So now it makes that black and white, doesn't have that green tint to it anymore. But you're like, well, wait a minute, Shannon, it's not white or it's not light gray yet. There's another step. Okay. But I want to make sure everybody's good on this step first. And then Cheryl, I want you to keep your screen right here because I'm going to show you how to make this white or any light color, even though the tassel was a medium to dark color. All right. So here it is. We're going to come right on top of layer 8 here. And this is what's going to happen to y'all sometimes. I'm doing this on purpose. So if this happens to you, you're going to panic, but I'm going to show you how to fix it. We're going to come down here to our adjustment layers and we're going to choose levels. We're going to choose levels. Y'all know I love me some levels when I'm doing these color changes. Come on up to the levels. Okay. Okay, yours actually snapped in place. I think they updated Photoshop. A lot of times that'll break up all of your little clipping mask layers. So if it didn't break it up, you're good. If it broke it up and you're panicking, just let me know and I'll fix it. Okay. Now, what you can do, double click on these levels right here. And then I want you to take your midtones here, because this is your shadows, your highlights, midtones in the middle, and I want you to move it left to right and see which one is going to give you white. Baby, what you doing over there? You just got a white tassel from a dark green tassel. Do y'all hear me? Okay, so Cheryl, you're good to go, love. Go ahead, make sure you're doing the save dance. Anybody needs help right now, give me a 2. Give me a 2, because the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to very quickly change out the artwork. And how we change out the artwork tonight is also how the atomizer automatically changes out your artwork in the future. Okay, so I'm giving you a little taste of it tonight, but I want to make sure that you did your mock-up and you got this before we flip the design to the green design. Okay. All right, and let's see here. Oh, we did do this. I want you to take this topper layer and drag it underneath just drag it right there on top of the red, though, on top of the red. The reason why is because sometimes you have like a little bit of shadowing. When you have light colors, you're going to see it more than the dark colors. But if you want that shadowing and that fabric appearance to appear, then you need this multiply layer to be on top. Okay. Now, if y'all want to, you can go to layer 9 and call that like multiply shadow, the top layer 9. Put this one right here, love, layer 9. Double click on that layer 9, on the word layer 9, and rename it. Put multiply shadow. That way it'll just remind you when you come back to this project and you need to make another markup, you don't have to watch this whole video again. You'll know your steps by what you created. So multiply, multiply. I sound like what's that? The lady from Multipass. All right, so multiply and then put shadow. SHADOW. Multipass. All right, so that one's good. And then same thing up here for layer 8. Call that one multiply shadow. And if you wanted to call it multiply shadow tassel, multiply shadow cap, I don't care. I'm having you understand that that is different than the one down here. The one down here is creating the structure and the shape and allowing the color to overlap it. The one up top is giving it dimension by allowing it to show shadows.
Oh, that's supposed to be A.
Let me get my marks off your screen so you can see. It's probably my bad.
I had a brain fart.
It's okay. Look, I'm just happy that y'all been here with me. Y'all sticking it out for 15 hours with me this week, and we rocking and rolling. All right. All right. So now what I want to do, I want to check in, make sure everybody's to this point. Okay, Monica, you need some help? Go ahead and share your screen with me. I need everybody to say what you're working on, because the next step is going to be real fast and y'all going to be real done.
You keep saying we're gonna be real done. Doc, you said I'm late last night. I want to make sure my multiply shadows is on the right one.
If it's on the top one, it is.
Okay, it is.
And look, the reason why you're naming it that is because what is that blend mode say?
Okay. And so this one is normal. All right. And then this one right here is normal.
And then scroll up a little bit. And now this one should be your multiply shadow.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just trying to make sure I had it on the right one.
And like I said, if you want to put tassel after it, so that if you're right clicking on stuff, you're like, oh, that's my multiply shadow, but that's my actual tassel. So you may want to call this one, tassel. And then this is your multiply shadow for your tassel. Then the bottom one is your cap. And then that's your multiply shadow for your cap. Now, I probably didn't name mine because I was just going through the motions, but this is a good step I'm teaching too, naming your layers.
Okay.
All right, so you're good right now. I'm going to check on Andy next. Make sure you save, Monica. You're almost done, love. Andy, go ahead, share your screen for me. And then, like I said, once we wrap up with our design session tonight, my triple OGs, I expect y'all to do something a little extra. Go ahead and grab one of those. And here, I'll go ahead and unlock them for y'all. Let me do that now. Before I forget. let's see. I'm going to go ahead and unhide the bonus files that I put in there in case you can use them. My AI 69 bonus images and my 304 product images that you could just pop into place. All right, now it looks like you have dissolve on somewhere. Let me check on you, Andy. Let me check on you. So let's go.
Right
Go to multiply
there.
shadows. Hold on, wait.
It's right there. That was the dissolve was right there. I found that one, but I
Okay.
didn't.
Let's go to multiply shadows because I still see some artifacts here.
Okay.
Or maybe.
I didn't move something.
Okay, let's go down here. Multiply shadows. Let's click on this one. And then let's click on the bottom layer 9 one. Dissolve. Make that normal for me. That's what it was. Okay, so let's see. You got everything. You got your black and white. You got your levels on there. Beautiful. What you think?
You said to move something down.
Oh, yes. Let's take this grad
what I
topper and this move it right below the multiply shadows.
Okay.
And then drop it right there. Beautiful. All right. So that's it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to double click on this graphic here. It's an editable graphic. That's how the Atomizer works. It has editable graphics and it also has the mockups. So that when it gives you all of your stuff, you're getting printables, you're getting editable graphics, and you're getting mockups all at one time. All right, let me move my marks off your screen. All we're focusing on right now is the background and the foreground. So yes, y'all got all of this juicy stuff y'all can use if you want to, but let me show you how simple it is when you just keep it simple, sublimators, and you just focus on foreground, background. We're going to double click on the background here. And we'll do File, Place Embedded. And I gave you a set of green assets. We're only going to look for the background. I gave y'all some extra stuff, but we're only going to look for the background. Let's scroll down. Oh, did you see it?
There it is right there.
Oh, you look. I trust you. You know what the background looked like. Now let's go ahead and click on the background layer, the original one, the red one, and let's delete. Just hit delete on your keyboard.
Coach, should we be seeing something?
Yeah, it's the screen sharing. You know what? You may have to change your view, so that you're viewing either the standard view or the speaker view, I think.
I just got it. I had to click on Andy's name up top.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gotcha. All right. No worries. Monica, we'll do it one more time. Now let's go ahead and save, and then you're saving right now. So once you save, you can close out. All right, and Andy, you're good to go.
Okay.
Ronetta, go ahead, share your screen with me. Let me see where you are. And like I said, we're gonna make this real quick. And if you want to know what the Atomizer does, you want to get a little tickle in your clicking mouse finger tonight, you could change out all of those other little pieces like the 2006 and the tassel and all of those things. I gave you all of those pieces. The Atomizer automatically changes all of those images every time you flip a design. So, and it does it for all products, not just that one product. So tomorrow we're going to do a mini Atomizer that doesn't have the automation, but it will mock everything up. And then if y'all are interested in the real Atomizer, the Vault, that does up to 120 products at one time, then I will be demonstrating that on Friday. All right, let's see, looks good. What are we doing next? You got that pulled down the layer. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just simply, Ronetta, we're going to, I don't want to request remote control. I just want to draw on your screen. There we go. Double click on the thumbnail right here where you have the design. Just double click on it. And everybody, y'all want to be on the move tool. Just in case. All right, beautiful. Now all we're going to do is double click on this background here. And then we're going to do File, Place Embedded. And you're going to go find your green background. Yep. And just look for the word background when you get in there. Now, if you want to see what your images are, you can come up here to the drop down and choose large icons. And you're just looking for your background. There she is.
That's
Right,
for
right here.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, you got it. Then hit place. And the reason why I start y'all off with like one template is so that you get the concept first. Let's go ahead and click on the previous background layer and hit delete on your keyboard. Once you get an understanding of the principles, background, foreground, accents, text, then you can flip this from this design to 125 to 262 to whatever template you want, because they all have similar properties. They just have different design elements. Okay. All right, so we can go ahead and save that and then close out of this tab. Now it is Control S to save, Control W, I believe. Is it Control W? I might have forgot already. Control W to close down that tab. And then we can go ahead and start working on the foreground for the cap topper while it's updating that. There we go. Now scroll all the way up. Like I said, if y'all really want to see what Automizer automatically does, go in there and change all of these little products, these little accent images for each little thing, or not. I can show you what the Automizer does. Let's double click on the foreground image here. And then File, Place Embedded, and let's grab your foreground image. If you keep your design simple, I promise you, your life is going to be simpler, especially for bulk orders. So if the majority of your artwork can be done with foreground and background, try that first. And if somebody says, oh, it look a little empty around the edge, can you put something there? Yeah, I got patterns, I got splashes I can put on there. I got, logos, all of that stuff. Yep, that's it, foreground. Go ahead and choose that. Then hit place. But if your first resort is keeping it simple, it'll make it move faster and more efficient.
And just hit delete.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. You got it. Look at you waiting on my instruction, not just moving ahead. I love that. Okay. Let's save and then close out. You can do Control S and then Control W. All right. And then let's go ahead and turn off where it usually says like turn off for printing. We're going to go ahead and turn that eyeball off. Those are our guides. Now, what you want to do with this background here, tap on it with you. Make sure you're on your move tool instead of the pen tool. And then right click, make sure you're on your background. So you can right click, choose 0 background here. And just move that, inch that up a little bit. So we're covering all that up. There you go. That's it right there. All right, now make sure that you save and then close out of this tab. And then let's see the magic happen with your custom-made mock-up. All right. And then you can click on your red here and you can make it match. You could double click on it and then click one of the colors in the design there. Like hover over the cap and grab either that orange or that green, or if you want it black, make it black. Most graduation caps are going to be black. That's how I like to showcase it, just black. And then if they want to see it, oh, what would that look like on a blue cap? Then I'll do that. Now, if you want it to be black, I want you to pull it into this gray area just a little bit here until it makes you happy that you see shadows and it looks like black fabric. All right. Once you get it where you want to, go ahead and hit OK. Now you can change your tassel color too.
Okay.
Now scroll up for me. Let me see what's going on with your tassel color. Scroll up. Let me see.
Oh.
Did you had it? Oh, okay. You have it on black. Got you.
Yes, but I would use this right here to change it again. I want to change it.
You're missing your black and white layer. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to your adjustment layer. You're right where you are. Go to your adjustment layer and choose black and white. Black and white.
Okay.
Perfect. And now you are recoloring the black and white version and not just the green version. Oh, I know what it is. You have it on. Okay, so the color should be here. These two right here should be on the shadow tassel. So move those on top of the shadow tassel. It ain't gonna clip, but it's okay. Just move them up, both of them. And then let me move my marks off your screen. Then you're gonna take these two, 1 and 2, and you're gonna create a clipping mask.
Oh,
1 and 2. And then right click.
wait, it's I'm using the shift to make them both connect.
Yep, you can hit shift or control
Okay.
and then right click. Right click in the gray area. Kind of pull this out a little bit so you can get to the gray area.
Okay.
You got it. You got it. Take your time. All right, and click in this gray area next to the text. And then choose create clipping mask. There it goes. All right, and then let's make sure black and white is on. Oh, and then right click and delete this layer mask because that is basically not affecting it. Let's delete. We can delete.
Vector mask? Oh, delete it. Okay.
Because that's only letting some of it show through.
Okay, let me try it because it's not letting me delete. Okay, there we go.
That's it. Now it's black because I was like, it still got a green tint to it because it had a layer mask. And the way a layer mask works is white completely reveals everything, black completely conceals anything, but any kind of gray in between allows, depending on if it's a 50% gray, it'll allow 50% of the color to come through. If it's a 30% gray, it'll allow 30% of the color to come through.
So you had you showed that thing where you can change the color. That's what I had missed out on. That's why it wasn't letting me do it when I tried, I guess, because so where would I go to be able to
what color do you want the tassel to be?
The orange.
Okay, let's double click on this black right here.
Okay.
And then let's go pick a color orange from that. Now just hover over your image and it automatically turns into the color picker tool. Okay, so if that's the orange that you want, of course it looks a little dark. I'm going to show you how to fix that. But go ahead and make sure if you want it a little brighter than that, whatever your color here is what we're going for. Now, you may need to move this window over so you can see some of the brighter oranges if you want a brighter orange. So just take this window and push it over to the right a little bit. Push it over to the right a little bit so you can see your image because you can't see your image right now.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect. And then that way you have some different oranges. And what you're doing is you're looking at the color here. Is that the color that you want, or do you want more of that deeper, kind of brighter
orange? Like it's like maybe
okay,
the black
click up here. Click up here.
I'm sorry, I don't okay.
Right there. Okay. Now push it. And this is why hex colors are so important. This is why I preach hex colors. But go ahead and push it up a little bit.
Oh, I like that orange.
So now hit OK, and I'm going to show you how to make the tassel look that orange. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to double click on the levels and you're going to play with those levels until the orange looks like how you want it to look. So take that mid-tone, move it more to the left and see how that looks.
Okay.
There you go.
Right here. That's why.
That's it. Yeah. Y'all just made a custom mock-up. I can't tell y'all nothing no more. All right, go ahead and save y'all's work. Save your work. Save your work. No, the black and white was for everybody. Just in case you do a color that's lighter than black, you're going to need that. So Jennifer, go ahead and share your screen with me. I'll get you caught up with that black and white layer. And Christy, I got you next, love. All right, so let's see. You got your levels on top, but no black and white, and then we need to clip them. So let's do that together.
Yeah, I just added the level there when I was watching. I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries. Let's do it together. Let's go ahead and click on the multiply shadow tassel. Click on that layer, and then go down here to your adjustment layers and pick black and white. Beautiful. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that black and white is on top of your multiply. And then you're going to take both of them. So you're going to select one layer, hold down shift, select the other layer, right click on the gray area, create clipping mask. So it just affects that tassel.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. And now if you want that cream color, double click on your levels for me. Let me see you get that cream color. Double click right here on the levels. There you go. You got it. And then move this mid-range here. Move it to the left some more.
That's really not the color I wanted, but
at least it
it
shows
was
you how
on
to
my
get a light
screen.
color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's great.
Okay, perfect. Make sure you save all this hard work, Jennifer.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Christy, you're up next, my love. Go ahead and share your screen. All right, all right. Okay, so
I got lost on the background change.
let's do this. Let's go ahead and get that part done because Christy, you're my newbie. I got to make sure you make it. No creative left behind. Double click on this red design right here. Double click on it for me. Oh, you're doing it. Okay. Let's double click on the background. The background is going to be the biggest file to change out. So it's going to take the longest to save. We're going to do file and then place embedded. File. Yep. Place embedded. And we're going to find our background image. Perfect. That's it. Hit place. And then we're going to delete. We're just going to tap on, we'll give it a second so it can place it. It might be Zoom kind of making it nervous a little bit. There we go. Now let's click on the red background layer and just hit delete on the keyboard.
I couldn't find where to put that at to save my life.
That's okay. See, it's one little step. Now what I want you to do is do your save dance. So Control S. Don't even go to File Save. Just get used to doing boom, boom, boom. Control S real quick on your keyboard. All right. And then you could do Control W to close out of the tab. Even if it's not finished saving yet, if you do it, more than likely, it'll ask you, do you want to save? Do you want to close it after you save? All right. And you can come over here to the Grad Topper. And if you hit Don't Show Again, it will never show you that dialog box again. And you could just keep rolling. I love turning off them Don't Show Agains because I don't want to see it again. All right. Let's scroll all the way up. And you'll see the foreground here. Let's double click on the foreground thumbnail right here. You see my green X? There we go. And then File, Place Embedded. And this time you're going to look for the word foreground. File, Place Embedded. And this is just getting y'all ready for the Automizer. Let's see. Oh, let's be on your move tool. Okay, you got it. I think you're just missing double clicked on it.
Yep, I did.
Place embedded. I got you. No creative.
I got happy fingers.
That means you happy. I'm not mad at you. You being happy designing till 10 o'clock at night makes me happy. All right, let's click on that one and hit place. And then we'll delete the layer underneath whenever it's ready. Yep, you got it. Click on that layer and then just hit delete. And then this time, before you exit out, go ahead and hit delete.
I thought I did. I guess I didn't. Oh, that ain't a shortcut. I was pushing
just hit delete on your keyboard.
That's right. That's what I was supposed to be doing.
Now, wait. Look. Okay, that was one of the ones I was saying. If it gives you a checkbox, say, don't show me this no more. What's going to happen is your aggravation is going to make you be efficient. If you have to click on a box every time you do a function, you're going to be like, let me click this thing because this is exactly what Shannon was talking about. Now I got to do an extra click every time. Baby, you're going to get efficient. I promise. All right, let's go ahead and save and then close. So Control S, then Control W. And I told you was going to look. I'm tired of you. Yeah. All right, now to go ahead and turn off this little eyeball right here that says turn off for printing. Turn that off. And then what I want you to do is just move this up a little bit. So right click on this background layer up at the top here. And if you right click, it'll tell you what you're touching on. Click background. And I just want you to push that up a little bit. Just inch it up a little bit. And you can push it with the mouse. You might be,
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say you might be there a little while using the arrows. But usually when I say inch it up a little bit, I am talking about using the arrows. All right, looks good. Let's go ahead and save it. And then you can close that tab down. Control S, then Control W to close it down. Woo! There you go. You got it. And now I know you know how to change that color. That look, you got it.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
You save your work, my love. You're doing a beautiful job. All right, Monica, you are up next.
Okay, I was trying to turn my tassel to orange.
All right, so you have orange selected here. Let's see, all you need to do is double click on your levels.
That's what I did, and it's just.
And then move the medium, the middle one to the left a little bit. Oh, I think you moved your shadows over to the middle. So just hit reset. Reset down here at the bottom. And then only move the midtones towards the left.
Only this one.
Oh, okay. I see what happened here.
Okay.
This is not supposed to be clipped down. So let's right click on this layer. It's not supposed to, yep. We want to release the clipping mask here. Release clipping mask.
Clipping mask, okay.
Okay. And then we want to clip these two to this. So go ahead and hit the black and white layer and the levels layer. Hold down Shift after you select one, select the other. Nope, nope, nope. Just black and white.
Okay.
Just select black and white by itself first. Then level 4.
Level
Shift.
4.
And then right click in the gray area and create a clipping mask.
Create a clipping mask here. Okay.
There you go. Now when you change those levels, you'll see the orange come through more like you want.
Okay.
Okay.
I click here.
That's it. Go ahead and do it so you can see it happen. That's it.
Okay.
Now, if you want a more vibrant orange, choose a more vibrant orange. This is a little bit more of a duller orange. So if you want to see that orange kind of pop more, double click on that orange and then just modify the orange there. Okay. And even if you pick a color orange, you can still push and shift the color more where you want it to be. All right, Andy, you got it? You don't need no help? Thank you, Coach Nancy. I see you looking out.
And then I can just click right here and change it again. The middle. Is it this one?
Yeah, it's the middle one. The middle one you want to use.
Okay.
Now, are you trying to change the color orange or?
Well, I think that's fine. That looks good.
Yeah, that's as light as that color is going to get. Right. You would have to actually change the color itself to be lighter and brighter if you wanted a lighter version of that color.
I think
but that looks good. Okay. Y'all go ahead and save your work. Do the save dance. That's it, y'all. I know we took a little more time on this, but I wanted you all to know that you could do it. You could create your own custom mock-ups. Now we've gone from designing a t-shirt to taking those t-shirt design elements to designing backdrops, banners, floor wraps, all of that. Tomorrow we're going to do some mock-ups of some of the products. Do y'all want to do party favors? I'll tell y'all what. Tell me which one you would rather do, because y'all told me I went by what you asked for. Y'all said t-shirts, tumblers, graduation stoles, and something else that wasn't party favors. Fans, okay, give me, because I'm going to modify the file tonight, y'all, and I'll make it part of the class file for tomorrow. Give me 4 more products that you want to see. So I'm going to do 4 party favors. Tell me which 4 party favors. Water bottles. Here, I'm going to share my screen so you all can, so I'm not just talking and y'all like, I don't see a screen. Now, I put the products on this screen that I felt were going to be most impactful for graduation. So we already did the large format stuff. The large format stuff is not part of the atomizer. That's a part of the challenge that we did for 304, that challenge. We did these large format products. And then, of course, some of these templates are from previous classes. That's why we're building. That's why I can't teach y'all everything in one challenge, but I can definitely teach you how to master this graduation season with all of the past classes. All right, so down here are some ideas. Tell me what y'all want to see in this class tomorrow. I'm going to help y'all mock it up and design it all in one class. All right, let's see what y'all say. I want it out. Fans, okay. Now, Michelle, party favors, I need exactly which products. Y'all picking what's in the atomizer, D. Now, if you want something that's not in the atomizer, I grabbed me a party hat just so I could take it apart and see about making it, but I haven't put a party hat into the atomizer yet. Okay. Bags, fans, money card, box. Y'all tell me what you need. What I would suggest, there is in the atomizer, there's a contour cut fan, and then there's this rectangular fan, and it'll do either one. Cassandra, I don't have I had playing cards on my list, but playing cards aren't in the atomizer just yet. Yes, I do have towels. Yes, Montanians, I do have towels. Napkins, cloth, and paper. Flags, water bottle, Gable box, Hershey. Now, I don't have the Hershey keychain, but I have the Hershey bar. You could put a keychain on there if you want to. Oh, the keychain. Yeah, I do have keychains. Yep. Water bottle, chip bags, Hershey, gift bags. Okay, so hopefully customer happiness is helping me take y'all's request. Then we'll tally up the most popular that y'all didn't ask. This is why I tell y'all to speak up when I ask y'all questions. I promise I asked y'all on Monday what y'all wanted to make so I can make this file for y'all. But it's okay. I'm going to stay up a little bit later and make sure that you all have some additional products because I want y'all to be on point and excited on your Thursday mock-up day. Okay. A jumbo spirit letter. Now, Jennifer, the way that I do the jumbo letters and stuff, and I show those, here, I'll show you. This is for a real event that really happened. This is derived from a real event that really happened. It was the Hotlanta grand opening. And I just took it. I said, well, let me make this a graduation version. Let me do that part. Let's see here. So this one here, I took my big letters from the AI class that we did, and I just made them cutouts. And what I did to accentuate that they are cutouts is I put like a thick white line around them and a drop shadow. So it makes it look like it's more that. But you see all of these little party favors down here, y'all. T-shirts, pillows, and gift bags, chip bags. And I will tell you this. Chip bags, water bottle labels, Rice Krispie treats, which that could be anything. It doesn't have to be a Rice Krispie treat. It could be anything that's wrapped up. Ring pops, whatever. And Capri Suns, those are going to be some of your 4 most popular party favorites. Let me know if you have something that is more in demand than those 4 party favors. The fans, shirts and bags. Now listen, I'm gonna give y'all something to flip tomorrow, but all my OG triple OGs, y'all have the atomizer. Y'all have all 120 products. Okay. So I will show you, for those of you who have the atomizer, I'm going to show you on Friday how to flip. Don't flip all 120 of them. It just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to make 120 products. I'm going to give you my strategy on Friday for which products I pick and how and why. and how I use that to upsell. If I want to make some money and I want to touch something, if I ever touch anything, because I'll do graphics all day, but if I have to touch a job, t-shirts or whatnot, my goal is to upsell. Okay. Because I want to make more money on that job and not just do that one product they're looking for. Okay. All right. So I'm maybe doing the Clack fan. It seems like a popular winner. And some of the standard party favors like the water bottles, chip bags, and that. Yes. On Friday, I'm showing you basically, I'm working on a little bonus file for y'all for Friday. I don't know how this bonus file is going to go, but if it goes how I want it to go, and if my brain gets to go where I want it to go, that means I need my little quiet time. So I need y'all to be doing your homework, and I need my OGs to be helping out my newbies inside the Facebook group so I can focus on creating these excellent tools for all of you. Look, if the OGs help the newbies, then I can help you all by creating the marvelous products that I like to help to make work easier for you. Oh, Jennifer says, next week is my birthday, but you got me feeling like it was this week. Well, happy birthday, my love. I hope that next week you feel even more like it's your birthday because you got all this work done. You can relax a little. No, don't relax now. It's going to be grad season, but you'll have some work done that you'll be proud of. All right. Maybe take your day off. I didn't because I like to spend my birthday with y'all. All right. So that's it for designing for tonight. Customer happiness. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. We'll also go ahead and end the stream on live after I get this announcement. If you all, don't forget the sizzle. So Nikki, I will have to check back with me tomorrow. We'll be back 7:00 tomorrow, and I should have that option available. Okay. If I don't have that option available, then I did everything that I could to make it available. All right, my love. Let's see. Homework. Cheryl says, what do we do for homework? Cheryl asking for homework, girl. Look, Cheryl was the student in class was like, what about homework? Yes, you have homework, and I'm so glad that you love your homework so much that you ask about it. Make sure that you post in the Facebook group. You want to flip. Now, here's the thing. For my newbies, I just want you to just simply flip parts of the design. Okay. You can add a design that you already have from somewhere. Just put it on the graduation cap and make it match. Okay. That's all I want you to do. For my triple OGs, y'all got a little bit more in depth to do. Choose a totally different background and a totally different product. And I want you to do the steps that I did yesterday, where I removed the image from the background and I replaced it in there. I want you to do that. So you may need to watch the video that I did yesterday. Okay. That's what I want my triple OGs to do. Y'all got different homework because y'all are in different phases of this academy. All right. Yes, Tanisha, you can actually, this video is on YouTube right now. Customer happiness. If you would temporarily put this live video on the 307 and also on the working doc for the challenge tonight. That way they'll have something immediately to watch until we get the upload of the Zoom video in 24 hours. Nobody needs a code for tonight to get the $10 templates. All you have to do is go to the one-on-one page, or you can comment the word template and it'll take you to the $10 templates and the $10 AI classes. You're going to stay in this Zoom room with me. If you want me to make sure that you can get the deal, the $797 deal, whether you're upgrading or if you're already Craft to Quit and you just want to go ahead and do the unlock everything plus the lock in your yearly membership at $797 instead of $2,400, then I got you. We can go ahead and handle that tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live so that we can take care of that business without it being all over YouTube. All right. All right, my love. So those on YouTube, I will catch y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you're here for the free class and share with a friend. Let me know what it is that you all are struggling with. So by Friday, I have some ideas of what you all want to see as well. Red, that deal ends on Friday. Thank you for asking. So Friday, I'm closing it down. And Friday, I'm also, we're closing down our Craft to Quit on Sunday, because what I'm doing now is I'm making sure I'm ushering Craft to Quit through a whole process for 30 days. So I'm teaching you a design. I'm teaching you how to do large format printing design. I'm teaching you how to do mock-ups. And I'm also teaching you how to make these wonderful marketing materials and things inside of the challenge. So I want to make sure that everybody's brought in, and we're doing a campaign every 30 days. Okay. So I really want to make sure that we're keeping Craft to Quit really tight on a schedule of what you're learning every single month. All right. Thank you, YouTube. Listen, I appreciate you and I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7.